So here I am in a giant hooded, snuddy thing. It's lovely and warm in here. It's actually possibly too hot in here, and maybe I'll have to take it off at some point. But for now, this is what I'm doing. Only a couple of little bits of game news this morning, which are kind of just little curios from me, really. Things that I thought was a little bit interesting. The first one is that a little bit of good news, I think, is that Private Division basically got shut down by Take-Two. And Private Division were a publisher who made Kerbal Space Program. And they were working, well, they didn't make the first one, but they owned it, and they were making the second one, which was out in early access in Steam. Launched with tons of problems, wasn't in a great place, but had lots of promises about what was going to happen. So lots of people bought the game in early access, with the idea, we're going to add multiplayer, we're going to add colonies, we're going to add interstellar travel. And obviously none of that happened, and people were kind of gutted. But it looks like some people who used to work at Annapurna Interactive, a publisher which published lots of indie games, and then sort of broke up because of some internal disputes. Apparently some people from that have kind of made a new company, and they have inherited the games and franchises of Private Division, which includes Kerbal Space Program. So that's kind of good news that there's it's not saying that, they're definitely going to carry on with development of Kerbal Space Program 2. It's not saying that the developers who were working on Kerbal Space Program 2 are back with the company or anything like that. But it means that, whereas it looked like Kerbal Space Program was definitely dead, and there's actually the guy, Rocket, who is behind DayZ, the guy who made DayZ, his studio, is actually weirdly making a spiritual successor to Kerbal Space Program, which is a little bit weird. But anyway, it means there's a possible future for Kerbal, which I think that's kind of cool. Then the other little bit of news, and like I said, we will get to GTA much faster today. The other kind of interesting bit of news is I learned this via a comment on a Eurogamer post that was about something else. Assassin's Creed Shadows is meant to be coming out in about 5 weeks. So it's a month and a week. February 14th is when it's meant to come out. And Ubisoft have still been releasing blogs and stuff like that. That's what the article I was reading was about. The fact that, they just did a blog on how they've changed some of the controls and have changed the way climbing works. Sounds quite cool, actually. They've made it so you can't just climb any surface, which you could do in the last few games. It's gone back to what it was like in kind of the earlier games, where you actually have to find somewhere that has handholds, because then that lets them kind of split up to different characters, so that the ninja character can clamber up buildings really easily, whereas for Yasuke it'll be a bit harder, which I'm all for that. I think that's very, very cool. But in the comments, someone pointed out that you can't actually pre-order Assassin's Creed Shadows on Xbox. You could, and then when they delayed it, apparently they refunded a bunch of people's pre-orders, because there was something about part of the pre-order was being able to play the game early, and for whatever reason they decided to refund everyone that had pre-ordered it based on that. But right now you can't pre-order it at all, and I didn't believe them. I thought oh no, surely they've just looked at the wrong website. And so I've loaded it up on the Xbox store, and sure enough, it says not available separately, but there are no bundles that you can buy it in. It's not a part of any bundle. So you cannot pre-order Assassin's Creed Shadows on Xbox, which seems like a bad sign for a game that's coming out in a month. It's not saying, it's definitely going to be delayed again, but I don't think it bodes well that that they haven't even opened up pre-orders for it. It's not this is some weird indie game or some weird publisher that Xbox don't normally work with. This is just Ubisoft. And for Xbox not to have pre-orders up for it, I don't know. I'm assuming you can pre-order it on PlayStation. I haven't actually checked. I should have. Let's have a look. PlayStation. I don't know why anyone would pre-order games on PlayStation, because it's crazy. They have real things. Yeah, I don't think you can pre-order on PlayStation either. Can you? Buy Assassin's Creed Shadows on PlayStation Store. I don't know if you can. There's a thing that says you can buy it, but then there's no link. Maybe you can if you're actually on the PlayStation. I don't know. Like it says here, buy Assassin's Creed Shadows on PlayStation Store. But there's no pre-order bit here. Is there for other games? Let's search for, say, Monster Hunter Wilds. Because that's coming out the same time. Same week, I think. Isn't this coming out on the 11th? And then Assassin's Creed is coming out on thing. Yeah, you can pre-order that. So, yeah. You can't pre-order... You can't pre-order Assassin's Creed on Xbox or PlayStation. That's weird, isn't it? Oh, this is coming out much later than Assassin's Creed. This is coming out 2 weeks after Assassin's Creed. What's on the 11th then? Maybe that's Civilization 7. I just literally did a video about games coming out. But anyway, isn't that interesting that you cannot pre-order Assassin's Creed Shadows on Xbox or PlayStation right now? That's weird to me. That seems like there's something wrong. Maybe it's just that, you know, they took it off and there's some rules in the stores that, like, if you take one off, you can't put it back on. But I don't know. I'm just going to go turn the light off because it's right in my eyes. You know when I said the other day that paramedic said that I was getting a virus? I think they're rats because I feel bad. I'm fine to stream. You know, I'm fine to sit here and play video games and talk to you lovely people. But I do not feel good. So... this is what I'm doing. Yeah. It's crazy, Finley. That does worry me. Yeah, I was thinking maybe there's something with the store that because they took them off the store and had to refund people, maybe there's like some rules saying, okay, well, you can't do pre-orders now. Maybe it's just something like that. That would make sense. I don't know if there's been other examples of games that have been, the pre-orders have been refunded before the games come out. But yeah, I don't know. Seems like a bit of a worry to me. Right, what are we doing? Let's whack the game on. And then let's go... We've got a Trevor notification, so let's go. Wait, where are we? Oh, we're near the airfield. Might as well fly there. That'll be quicker, I think. To go back this way and then get a helicopter. Will probably be faster. That is a cow. I've never noticed cows in this game before. How many hundreds of hours have I got in Grand Theft Auto? I know I've got 250 hours just on Steam. You know, I'm playing it on Epic Games right now. I've played it a lot on Xbox. How have I never seen a cow in this game? There's loads of cows. There's cows everywhere here. Maybe I just never go over this bit. Oh, this is like the back of the prison. I know there's like an online heist where you go into prison. I assume that there's some bit in the campaign where you do this too. Because otherwise it'd be crazy to have this giant prison and not do it. This truck always does this. Look at my front right tyre. For whatever reason, it's not turning. I've got no idea why. Like, no idea what I've done to that tyre to break it. Bonjour, Paul. I'm sorry for making you jealous, Bods. There we go. There's my helicopter. That plane would probably be faster, but the helicopter's a little bit easier, like I can actually land it. Right, let's go. This is the problem with GTA. Once you start getting helicopters and stuff like this, it suddenly makes it, like, what's the point of driving around? Just fly everywhere. I mean, I'm not going to do that because I can, you know, I can have a bit of discipline and be like, okay, Trevor probably would fly. If Trevor owned a helicopter, he 100% would fly all over the place, whereas I don't think Michael and Franklin are likely to. Seems very peaceful here. I was watching a lot of videos last night of, you know, people like Linus did a video and Digital Foundry did a video about the new Nvidia cards. And I don't know, I've seen a lot of people complaining on the internet that, like, oh, you know, they're inflating the figures using the AI thing. But I feel like for a lot of people, those figures do make sense. Like, I get it, like, oh, it would be better if it was just raster performance. Rasterization. But even just the, like, basic rasterization performance seems like it's sort of, you know, a 30% increase, which is still pretty good. With a 30% price increase. It got me thinking for a while. I was like, should I try and get a second-hand 4090? Because, you know, probably be able to get that for, like, I imagine you'll probably be able to get a second-hand 4090 for, like, 1,200 quid before long.
What the F word are you doing here? That's a funny way to greet your cousin.
Oh, this is too hot. I need to take the hood off. Sorry, I've got this stupid red mark here because I scratched myself.
Who the F is that, Floyd?
No one must
I was like, why have I lost audio?
I heard that those conferences are regular little fuck fest, huh? Guy, come in.
I'd like you to leave right now.
Oh yeah, some serious corporate gangbanging going on, right? Yeah, with every executive and director.
Yeah,
of
Kirby.
communications from here
There's a
to
few
Bangalore,
games like that
taking
that have
it
just
left, right, and
destroyed
center.
everything else
What do
for
you
me.
mean? Team training, right?
Morning, Philip
I mean,
again.
now that's what Floyd told
It's
me
like The
yesterday.
Dark
She was
Knight did it to
staring at my
superhero films,
penis.
didn't it?
I want you to leave now.
Look, this is all I've got, all right? I had a tough upbringing. My daddy was not nice to me, okay? And look, Deborah, I love you, and I love you too, Floyd. Why can't we all just be together, huh? You can have Mondays through Thursdays. You can have the weekends, all right? I know that's not normal, but in this crazy, crazy world, is normal so good, huh? Look, Deborah, Floyd, will you marry me?
Get out of my condo! And you go too, Floyd! I told you! I've got a career! I don't need this crap!
Yes!
There. You made me swear. You're crap, Floyd. Crap! You're not.
Morning, Travis.
mad
Morning,
at
Philip.
all.
How's it going?
Bob's right about you.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been
who's
quite happy
Bob?
with the
I want
positive
both of
responses
you
on
to
that
go
video I did yesterday.
now.
It's
You
funny, I got a
weird
couple of
friend.
comments on there. People,
Hey.
there's two people being
My
like,
name is Trevor,
well,
sweetheart.
you said Last of Us Part 2 is your favourite game. That says a lot.
Give a
It's like, you having a problem
what
with that says a lot.
your name is. I'm not afraid to use this. I'm not. Bob taught me.
Fuck Bob! You people are not very fucking nice.
Did I download the finals? I did. I have downloaded it. Thanks subscribing, Ian, please.
Oh, hey there, Trevor.
Hey there, Wade.
Did you meet Deborah?
Interesting lady.
I should probably go say hi.
I wouldn't.
Why not?
Let's go get in the car, all right? Let's go have the time of our lives.
What did I do? There's a lot of blood over there.
Just the place.
Can you actually go back and have a look or not? Will it let you? Or is the door locked? I want to see what happened. I want to see... It will not let you. It's like, yeah, no, you do really don't look at it. That was horrible. Hui.
I could run in and get Floyd and Deborah. I know she seems kind of up.
You've been picking up Last of Us 2 Remastered just to play through again. I don't know if I ever want to play through Last of Us Part 2 again, weirdly. Even though I love the game, it definitely felt, like I said in my video, it definitely felt like a one and done to me.
Floyd then?
Floyd's gonna meet us there.
Floyd's trip?
Exactly.
Oh, Trevor, what have you got all over yourself? You're all red. You got syrup?
Yeah. Syrup. Accident. We've all been there.
We sure have, but it don't taste like syrup.
Don't taste me, all right? Just no licking.
Okay.
Hey, you remember when we met?
Sure. Last year. I was on the way to the gathering with Daisy Bell and Kush Chronic
and you stopped in Sandy Shores to get lit, and you met a dealer, and he
Stream
looked
it so we
after
can get
you
weirdos in
when your
chat.
friends
I'm good, thank you.
abandoned you.
That was weird, wasn't it? The last time I saw him, it was with you, driving out to the quarry, and then they just disappeared.
Poof, right? I mean, they were gone. Some friends, right? And now, Cousin Deborah, here we are. What do you think?
So,
Might have to
this
blur.
is where Floyd is gonna meet us at strip club?
Oh, yeah.
That's unlike him.
I'm blurring to
Real
save your precious
homebody.
little
He
eyes.
loves that apartment.
Interestingly, you and me, we got a new home.
Where?
Here. Right here.
It's not too bad yet. No, okay then.
Here. Now, I know it's unconventional, but that's the way we roll, homie. Hey, you two, I want you to give this boy a good time.
I never played the Warriors game. I'd never seen the Warriors movie, so I was always like, oh, I wouldn't get a lot out of the game. And then it's like, now it's just been too long.
And take 2 doors
I've still
to
never
the
seen the
right.
movie.
Through there.
To the right.
Thank you.
I forgot they did that.
Amigo, prepare to meet your new partner.
Hey, Lester.
Hey, Trevor just called about the big one, the UD. You know anything?
Yeah, I told him we could hit it. You down?
Of course I'm down. Look, I'll get my research together and meet you at Trevor's. He's taken over the Vanilla Unicorn Gentlemen's Club.
All right, message Franklin.
Alright, let's go get dressed. There we go. Actually, yeah, a grey suit seems more appropriate. There we go. Money. How's my portfolio doing now? Very well. Oh, what? It's kind of gone down a bit. Well, it's meant to go up, I think. It takes like a week, they said, so I'll wait longer. I think I can get a lot more.
Hello.
IT guy, what's up, bro? Look, I know you aren't still fixing computers for a living. When you gonna throw some work my way?
Hey, if you're right for a project, I'll be in touch, okay?
Okay, but don't forget about me.
Right, let's take the car. Maybe I'll get this car done up a little bit. It is, after all, quite a nice car. Whoa! Okay, I feel like that I was quite lucky. Do you go up here? Yeah. I always get that junction wrong. Come on, Los Santos.
What miracle did you want me to perform?
Performance. Faster.
Better than when she came in, that's for sure.
Can you not just make it faster? Transmission, turbo, engine. That's what I want.
Now you can really manage those RPMs.
There's nothing else actually. Bulletproof tires. That's pretty nice.
These out.
Right, why have I got these crazy rims on them? I don't want these crazy rims. There we go.
Sharp.
Windows. They're already tinted. Man, everything's already quite fancy on this. Armor. 100% armor upgrade. Is that everything I could possibly do? Just lower it, that doesn't seem like it would help that much. These are all just cosmetic, I think. Right, that'll do them. But now I've got a faster car. Doesn't look that fancy, but it is. Right, I need to go to Trevor's. Oh, it does sound better, doesn't it? Sounds like something special. It's pretty cool how you get engine upgrades and it actually changes the sound of the engine. Does it have a fancy horn? No. Okay, apparently it does have a fancy horn. Apparently Jimmy put the fancy horn on it. No, what are you doing?
Shit!
Woo! I'd love to know how many little tricks there are to make driving, like, to make it feel more exciting. Like, you know, the AI stopping just in time and stuff like that.
Mr. DeSanta, good to see you. Word.
I don't think I need to blow it if there's not a cutscene, hopefully.
What's good? Word. Hey, you see that new deals in
They only play like 6 songs here. It's kind of making me crazy. Right. Trevor.
Hey, before you ask, the fridge is broken.
That's all right. I've had enough of your hospitality already.
I have changed my ways, all right?
Huh?
Yeah, I'm done with that crazy shit, all right? I want to square things away with Merryweather, make sure the agency ain't coming back after us, and then do one last big score, and then you get to go back. Me, I'm just gonna
What's
live here.
happening there?
I'm gonna
Well,
run
my
this,
screen
this
just cut
good
out.
business, showing
That's not
people
great.
a good time. Bust Brad out of prison, and then, you know, happy.
Don't know why it decided to
So how'd you come by this?
enter.
Had it for ages.
So you must know Leon, the
It'll
old
freeze
manager.
for a bit, but it will come back.
Leon, I didn't, no.
Yeah,
There we
whatever,
go.
man. So what's going on here?
What's going on is the big one. A long, long time ago in a faraway place, there were 3 guys. Michael, Trevor, and Lester.
And Brad.
Yeah, sure, Brad was there sometimes as well. I mean, there were other guys, though, too. So, anyway, we, robbed and lied and we hurt people. Pretty much lived a low-life kind of existence. But always dreaming of one thing and one thing only.
The big one. The big one.
The big one!
What is the big one?
The Union Depository.
Around 200 million in gold bricks, all taken from kindly Uncle Sam, who will spend the rest of our lives being hunted by government officials if we live through the attempt. But it'll be our masterpiece. So, gentlemen, let's do our civic duty and get out there and find some gainful employment. This way.
Let's go.
Big one.
Come in, you there? Alright, we're on a strict schedule. There's a couple of armored cars on a dry run to the depository. Intel suggests they'll be going down Innocence Boulevard in East LS at approximately 15:30. Trevor and I need to map their route for a possible hijack point, so we're going to his airfield in Blaine County and coming back in his chopper to intercept. Michael, Franklin, all you gotta do is take the temperature at the bank, see if there's anything that stands out.
Hey, we taking the temperature.
Yeah, you know, getting a feel for it. Security, exit routes, general vibe.
All right.
That doesn't look like much.
Man, security looks light. We send in a couple of sprung niggas, clap, clap.
What are you talking about, Frank?
Oh, I see it. Man, getting in the door is easy. It's a standard bank. It's getting underground that's hard. Ain't that where the metal's kept?
Right. Now we gotta stop outside the Arcadia Center down on Alta Street. We can get a view of the back from there.
Hey, man, you might not notice it, but I picked up a few things rolling with you. I mean, there's times I think I gotta be the senior partner in the group. From the way you and Trevor behave.
Ah, sorry. There's history there.
Yeah, it still ain't fully been explained to me, though.
No? Well, remind me to go over with you again sometime. But not now.
Look, dawg, light again, man.
Thanks for subscribing,
fucking
Qbert.
eerie, ain't it?
Man, you think they put more than one motherfucker on our national
Someone got
fucking
Qbert
reserve?
subscribed the other day, didn't they?
Maybe we really
you.
are broke. Trevor, how are you doing?
Well, like clockwork, Mikey. Like clockwork.
You mentioned a job before. Something I could help you with?
I ain't even talked to Mike about it yet, but he's gonna be on board. He's obligated.
What is it?
Ain't it obvious? Busting Brad out of the clink.
Why don't you talk to Michael about it?
Oh, fine. Shit. I was gonna pay you, man. When there ain't an obvious profit in something, you're a hard guy to motivate.
Uh-oh. We know what's happened to Brad, really. It's going to be a problem for another day.
Do they call it a wasting disease because you waste people's time? Move it!
Wind 1330. We got 2 hours before we need to be in Marietta Heights. Be careful not to get too close to the prison. We'll trip an alarm.
Good point. Don't want them jumpy for the breakout.
Yeah.
Mike's observations fit with your scheme.
So far, yeah. The security's internal rather than external. It's quiet enough that any disturbance is going to get picked up immediately. What those two don't know is there's a special team of cops on standby 24/7, waiting on a signal from the UD. Won't go out on any other call.
And it's never been hit. Man, those guys must get bored.
They may be cops, but they work for the government. There's nothing government workers love more than to accept tax dollars for doing nothing. Oh yeah, that's spying on innocent people.
Getting paid to do nothing and spying on innocent people. Now, who does that remind me of?
Anyway, if we want to hit the vault in a way that people will notice, the key will be to divert the security team.
Divert it? You said they hold out for calls from the UD and that's it.
They do, so we'd have to hit it twice. Once to distract them, and once to get it done.
You're gonna find someone willing to get caught hitting a super bank just as a distraction?
I was thinking Michael. It might appeal to his ego.
Oh, what am I saying? We got the perfect guy for it. Come in, Michael! We have a visual on the convoy!
Keep with them, T. Do whatever Les needs you to do. We're mapping the route and finding an ambush point. Stay with them.
What kind of ambush spot are we looking for? I tend to wait in the jaw and catch them with their drawers down, but I guess that won't work here.
No, it, won't. We're looking for somewhere with cover for us and no escape routes for them.
Ah, the same principle as a men's room.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like this, even something like this, would be like the standout mission in a lot of games. Like, oh, you're gonna fly a helicopter to follow some trucks around in the city. There's so much going on here. It's like, look at how many cars there are, how many, and they're all kind of, you know, the appropriate cars for the place. Oh, that car just did something weird.
We'll have red flags all over the place.
Fine.
If they see the TP Enterprises chopper acting weird, this thing will be blown.
What you thinking?
I'm thinking I don't like being in close proximity to you for extended periods of time, and the same for short periods of time.
Oh, there's ways to make minutes go by. I've lost sight of them. Think they might be in the tunnel.
Don't worry, it's a straight road. They'll come out the other side.
I'll go around. Meet them at the other end.
I was hoping they'd come through here. This tunnel would work for a switch. They go in, you come out. Okay, they'll be back out in the open now. It'll have to be a quick turnaround, but you can hijack the trucks in there.
I'm picking up the cars. Right on time. Hey, it looks like we're gonna need some IDs to get in the building this way. I'm assuming that's doable, Les.
IDs I can handle.
Onion 86 in sight. Stand by.
All sorted.
Hey, I was expecting you 30 seconds ago. Tell that to the traffic. All right.
Do banks just have people with machine
Onion
guns in
86
America?
in the building.
Is that normal? Can't say I've ever been into an American bank.
The tool store job. They're excavating the new LS Metro tunnel around here. Take us around the building and find the construction site.
Roger that. Looking for a big asshole.
Where the hell's the construction site? I don't know where that is. Oh, there. Yeah, maybe it's a X-Man. I can't imagine them having... machine guns.
Down there, but it ain't a tunnel excavation. We'll keep looking.
Hey, you looking for a tunnel? If I remember, the construction's happening on the north side of the bank.
Well, I was gonna head that way anyway.
Is this it? Okay, oh, it's over there. Oh, what? I meant to spot this.
That's the excavation. I need you to hold the chopper above it while I take a look. I need to be above, shooting down into it. Now just hover here. Get back to the hole. We don't have everything we need. A little longer. Hold here. Lots of clear space. Hold it. All right. I think I've got enough information to work with.
Whoa, my God, no. That's fine. That's fine.
So, providing either of these ways into the bank works, the armored cars are the big hole in the ground. How are we gonna get the metal out? That's the 20% of $200 million question.
If the armored cars are a viable option, we'll bring out the gold in them. Simple. You won't even have to fire a shot, if everything goes to plan.
When does everything go to plan?
If it's ever going to, this is the time.
Sounds hopeful to me. You got a backup plan?
We can modify this chopper to carry the weight, but we need another one to match.
Easy enough to get.
If we're using it for the job, would you consider taking your name off the side?
You think I'm taking down the Union Depository in anything other than a chopper with my name on it? Well, then you don't know me, bro.
I thought you'd say that.
You finished Anime 2. What did you think, Mark? What did you think? I haven't done DLC still. I should really. I've done like the first bit of the first DLC. Yeah. They're a proper band as well, aren't they? Like they have their own band. Where do they want me to park it? Oh, there, I see. Having a yellow marker on a yellow floor is a bit much.
We got two ideas. It's gonna take a while to get them together or work.
Yeah,
them
Anime
up,
2 super
but I
good.
think there's a way.
I didn't
It's
love
not impossible.
the demon fighting stuff.
Too. Bradley
But
Snyder.
the
He's
wandering
getting
around and
bored.
investigating things I thought
Talk
was
to
great.
Michael, okay?
I love the
Bye.
saga stuff a lot more than the anime stuff. I need to start the second DLC. Maybe I'll do that later. I have been searching for gameplay. I've got so many games that I do kind of want to play, like Red Dead Redemption 2 again. I want to do Days Gone, start from the beginning and finish it. Death Stranding. But I've kind of been a bit like, oh, well, I should, I want to stream more of those because I've been enjoying doing this stream. I think this has been a lot of fun. Oh, look at that. See, it's a good thing I didn't sell them. Look, it's going way up. Do-do-do. Yeah, the diner ones. The diner's the only one I did. My big problem was that it was mostly combat, which is the bit of Alan Wake that I like the least. You never finished Days Gone either, yeah. I'm very tempted, sorely tempted. It's just like there's no sequel coming out. I think I'm going to do this, then I think I'm going to do Death Stranding after this. But then I might do Days Gone afterwards.
Hello. Who is this?
It's me. I shouldn't have called.
Patricia! Mrs. Madrazo! Hey!
Are you behaving, Trevor?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. Patricia, I really miss you. The time together. It was very important.
I have to go.
It's very funny that Patricia is into Trevor. Where the hell can I land this helicopter? You can just imagine Michael looking out his window and seeing Trevor's helicopter landing in his front drive, cutting into his edge. Yeah, when I played it was on PS4, so it was 30 frames a second and stuff. I feel like I would enjoy it more, you know, playing it on PC or on PS5 at 60. For sure. I did find it quite repetitive, though.
Hey, man.
Fuck. What do you want?
I'm your friend. I don't want anything, man. Come on, your company's good enough, huh? Same as always.
Yeah, thanks. I really appreciate that.
So, family ain't back yet, huh?
Nope.
Oh, she's a goddamn fool, man.
Despite all the chaos of these last few weeks, I think I finally figured it out. I know,
No?
sounds ridiculous.
No, actually, it does not sound ridiculous, you know? Because you're a killer. You know? You are a man of action. You do not sit on couches, you take scores. You're back, man. We are back. All right? All we got.
Hi, fine, I am. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, so I'm a bit lower energy than usual, maybe. I know I'm not exactly high energy most of the time.
We're like
but I am definitely having fun.
We just get ourselves a gay friend. Bam!
No,
How's
it's not
everybody
it.
doing?
I got money. It just makes you miserable. I want to make movies.
Great. It's great. And, so where exactly does this leave me in the second act of your life?
We're gonna do this last big job, and then we're gonna dissolve the partnership.
This is not a game to me! All right? This is a fucking way of life. I got a fucking family! Yeah, well, I got nothing! No one gives a fuck about me!
I do.
Oh. Fuck you! I saw your grave. I mourned you. And then it turns out that everything I fucking thought about you was wrong. Everything. You're not dead, and you're not a man.
Well, what the fuck are you?
I'm your fucking nightmare!
Yeah, enough with your goddamn threats!
It's night time. I mean, it's 9:45 in the morning for me, and I'm tired, fine gentlemen.
I mean, let me just ask you something. All right, something I've been thinking.
What time is it where you are?
Up in North Yankton. Exactly who was buried in your place?
I never gave it any thought.
You know what I'm thinking?
I had no clue.
You treacherous piece of shit! You're fucking dead! You're fucking dead!
Oh no.
Fuck. Trevor!
1:45 a.m. Of course, you're 8 hours behind us. So what? Are you on West Coast? Hmm. Wait, did I just steal his fancy car? Bum, bum.
Fuck you!
Hey, come on, where you going?
You know where I'm going! Fuck you!
You don't need to go all the way to North Yankton to find out what I can tell you over a couple beers back at my house. Come on, we'll order pizza.
Fuck you! Fuck your pizza! Fuck everything it stands for!
This is insanity!
That's a good line.
No, it's clear and reasoned thought. Finally!
Come on, come back, we'll talk.
I'm not gonna listen.
Stephen Hawking is
to
very,
another
very
one of your
good at
lies.
anything.
Hey, I'll lay it all out for you, everything. Turn around.
I'm going up there to see it for myself.
You'll be disappointed.
Oh, I'll be something.
It'll be an anticlimax. The grave's empty. Just a bag of sand, something like that. Just smoke and mirrors.
Oh, the lies! How do you do it, man? The game is up.
I'm trying to save you a trip.
You've done me enough favors, buddy, all right? Save your fucking breath.
Trevor, come on.
Fuck you, Michael. Soon enough, I will.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to the Death Stranding one. I think it'll be interesting.
Trevor? It's great to,
There a plane I can use? Get me across country?
Sure. We got one fueled up for a trip south of the border.
I'm taking it.
That is a choice of words.
Everything is not okay. Nothing has ever been okay, but I gotta see it for myself. I'm gonna see an old friend, all right? You're where I think you are, buddy. I don't know why I didn't see it. I guess I didn't want to. Fuck! Maybe I knew all along. I'm gonna find out for sure, and I'm gonna do something about it. There's always something wrong with that job. What went down after, I guess. I guess I wanted to
that was
leave
beautiful.
Fucking play circus! Idiot!
I'm sorry, Trevor.
I like where Trevor just forgets that he's still on the phone to Ron now and just talking to himself. Man, look at how colourful this game is. It's a thing I genuinely do miss, like, about a lot of games. When I complain about Call of Duty so much, I don't know how much of it is just because I wish the game was colourful. Call of Duty's literally like this. Call of Duty has never had a scene that looks as pretty as this. Look at that sky. Almost like a turbo prop. You're new to the channel? Well, hello there. What sort of games are you into? Are you a GTA person? I feel like I'm starting to attract a few GTA people with my video yesterday and these streams. Which is probably a good year to attract GTA people. I was talking to Jack Frags yesterday and I was like, I'm kind of thinking this is going to be a bad year for Call of Duty, so probably a good time to start building up an audience who are into a different game. Yeah, same Paul. He is somewhat similar. There we go. I like this plane. It's like, it's satisfying. Oh, this guy's being a bit weird. I saw someone, I don't know, it was on Reddit or something yesterday, talking about Call of Duty, and they were like, oh, it's something about, you know, people saying like, oh, Black Ops 6 has lost more players than other Call of Duties, and they were saying like, oh, it's because the Modern Warfare 3 post launch support was so good, like the DLC was so good. It's like, really? We got like literally like 17 different versions of shipment. Like that's not even an exaggeration. I think we had 17 versions of shipment. And it's like some people are like, yeah, it's really good. Bizarre to me. Utterly bizarre. The thing that I haven't seen in all of these articles where people have been talking about how much worse Black Ops 6 has done is like they all are talking about percentages of players lost. And from what I can see, the number of players has just gone back to what it was before Black Ops 6 launched. And Black Ops 6 gained a lot more players than Modern Warfare 3 ever did. So it's like, both of them had the same thing, where there seems to be a set sort of number of people on Steam, about 40,000 people, that are always playing COD. And then Modern Warfare 3 didn't really move the needle on that and didn't add to it that much. Whereas Black Ops 6 added to it quite a lot, but then went back to normal. And it's like, surely that's not too surprising. You do think that Black Ops 6 is missing 17 versus Nuketown? Oh, I think we'll get there. I would be shocked if Season 2 doesn't have a new version of Nuketown in it. St. Patrick's Day. I bet we'll get a St. Patrick's Day version.
Hey, you're wasting your time.
Is that why you flew out here? Huh? Tell me I'm wasting my time?
Go ahead, dig it up. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's what you look like. The guy who doesn't give a shit.
That's ridiculous.
How long are you gonna keep lying for, Mikey, huh? When's it gonna stop? What happens in the dark comes out in the light.
Oh, give it a rest, Trevor. There's nothing there.
This is it. Moment of truth.
Oh yeah. Surely that'd be like a pre-order bonus or something, or that'll be something to do with when they set up for the next game. The 2025 game.
As if I didn't know. Brad!
Look, we do what we gotta do to survive. This thing, it didn't work out the way it was supposed to.
Oh, and how was that, huh? With Brad in the can and me in the ground, or both of us in the coffin?
Brad got shot. You saw it. He didn't make it. I got shot. I did. That's it.
I think the only thing that didn't go as planned was me showing up on your doorstep 10 years later. Mikey, I mourned you.
And I missed you. But I got a fucking family, Trevor. We were all gonna die. He did die.
You reptilian motherfucker!
I didn't want it to come to this.
Yes, you did! You just don't have the fucking balls to do it! But I do!
I got more to lose than you.
Never a truer word has been spoken, brother. Now pull the fucking trigger! You ain't got the guts.
Take the fucking shot!
Who is that? Fuck! Fuck!
Trevor Phillips! Mr. Cho has requested a word!
Hey, ho, I'm not the guy you're looking for!
Hey, how's it been? Get the boyfriend!
Boy. Motherfucker.
Let's have a talk! You no good, man!
小心！你这个。So, who are your pals, Trevor?
Oh, I just got a headshot through that. That was amazing.
And another van. Okay.
Why did I not bring my guns?
Hey, can't we do this where the weather's better?
I want your gun, I want your gun, I want your gun, I want your
How many
gun.
guys you send up here? We could have teamed up! Buckle up, you confused pieces of shit!
Right, there we go. Aim assist.
Trevor.
Yeah, it's been fun, Philip. I did have a look at Armor Forger, but it's quite expensive.
You got nowhere to go, boy.
If it was cheaper, if it was like £10, I'd buy it, but I'm not going to spend like 30, 40 quid on it. It's a shame they didn't add the Max Payne thing of like jumping through the air. Morning, Trigger.
Trevor Phillips Industries.
Mr. Phillips, this is Wei Chang. You know my eldest son, Tao?
Yeah, the ex-nut. Backed out of a contract we agreed on. How is he?
Still learning the ropes, thank you. My friends miss you in North Yankton. I was hoping we could talk.
Was that your people? Ah, of course. Sorry I had to cut out.
Your operation causes problem for me. I want to expand into Blaine County, but your business and your temperament prevent me from making inroads.
Oh, well, too bad.
Look how pretty this is.
What you can do about that?
I've already done something. We have your lover.
Whoa, 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 whoa. My lover?
Michael DeSanta. You live in your trailer together with the maid, and then you were alone in that big house. Well, you're clearly very close. You know, how much will you give up for his safety?
My lover! Yeah, right! It's a tough break. I never want to double-cross a friend and put him in danger, but you gotta do what you gotta do. My business ain't going anywhere.
I'm serious about this. He will die.
Tell him I love him dearly.
Need to line up for the runway. I was trying to play Flight Simulator 2024 yesterday, and I just couldn't get it running well. Don't know why. I thought with all the extra, you know, people are saying, oh, having a lot more RAM and stuff really helps, but... couldn't get it working. So I just land that on the front wheel first. Probably not great. Probably not the best way to land a plane. Can I take off it? Am I gonna run out of runway? Am I gonna run out of runway? Ooh, I'm good. Let's go to this one that says D. I don't know who that is. D? Isn't that like the FBI guy? Maybe I should just keep on playing GTA basically until launch. So just turn this into a massive GTA channel. That'll probably be quite good with the new GTA coming out. I did not see the teaser for Last of Us Season 2, I don't think. I saw one that came out ages ago. Is there a new one? Have I got a parachute? Is there a way to check if I've got a parachute? Did I try Hell Let Loose? I have played a bit of Hell Let Loose. I quite like it. It's a bit slow. Need a group of friends. Play online and do all the heists you haven't done. I don't know. That'd mean having to find other people to do it and then having to put up with people griefing and hackers and stuff. And I'd have to find other people that have the game on Epic to play it with and stuff. I suppose I could do it on Steam, but... Or I could even do it on Xbox. Dunno. I did have a parachute, so that's good. Why am I being wanted by the police? What did I do? Right, can I...
Mark Davis, what's up?
I'm part of the team. That's what's up.
Team? I don't do teams.
Devin Weston's car stealing team? The one Frank's running.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Hey, look, I boosted the ride. I'm about to meet your boy Franklin, and I need your ass to pick up the Packer, meet us outside the garage, and we taking these motherfuckers up to Polito Bay.
All right, buddy. Fine. That's a long trip.
I did do quite a cool little roll there. I thought that was quite nice. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep on doing bits of GTA content. Or I'll see if, like, I might start Death Stranding, and if it doesn't get the same number of views, maybe I'll just, for my streams, do more GTA stuff. Because I am quite enjoying playing GTA. It's been good. It's always been my dream to have the channel being like, I can play lots of different games. You know? Couple of weeks doing this game, couple of weeks doing this game. Always been the dream. Just difficult to build up an audience that way.
Let's get that shit cracking, nigga.
This car's quite nice. A Monroe.
The boost, homie.
Yeah, this game's still so good.
You know me, fool. Yeah, I do know you, fool. So what you...
I dropped a plane on the city. Yeah, that is a problem.
I'm thinking where the blood stains and
If
the
you,
bullet holes and
like,
shit.
with people complaining about cheaters and stuff on this, on GTA Online, if you play it on Xbox, so there are no cheaters, because it's not
So tell me what
crossplay.
happened. I saw the ride. I took the ride. No drama. No security. No one saying, who the fuck is this gangly motherfucker doing in my car? Nothing. That's worrying, man. That's some shady ass shit. Man, chill. Line it up on the carrier, homie.
The final piece of the puzzle.
There she is, homie. We straight.
The boss man's happy.
How do you get out of the car? How do you open the doors when it's on the carrier? I don't... What? That's making me wonder how it works in real life now.
Sonora Freeway.
Gangry's a good word.
Hey, it's cozy in here. Scooch up, homie.
Yeah. Scooch over here.
Scooching in that crazy dude? Oh, hell no, that nigga stink.
Get over here. I don't bite.
That ain't what I heard. All cannibalistic and shit.
Frank, what you been telling him?
I say what I see, homie. You dig on man meat.
Rumor and hearsay. We got a long way to go. I'd get comfortable.
All right, nigga, but don't try nothing. How far is it?
And this thing? About 4 hours.
Shit.
It's your operation, Slick.
Shit, if you all right driving, I'ma catch up on some sleep.
Go for it.
It's all right being the boss. Meant to be running things, but this fool's sleep. Yeah, I'll be asleep when your ass stop talking, nigga. Simple boss.
Is this all the cars that we've stolen over the different missions?
Michael?
Yeah, it is.
Creeping days are done.
That's very cool.
Well, what you mean? He stopped creeping?
No more creeping for him.
He, like, retired from creeping?
From everything.
That's funny, because, like, the boy Frank didn't mention shit about that. And as a matter of fact, I don't even know the dude. But considering the mutual acquaintances we got, I would have liked an invite to the retirement party.
There weren't no party.
No party?
I used the term retirement euphemistically.
Homie, for a dude that kills dudes and eats dudes and fuck dudes, you talk fruit.
It's unconfirmed.
What's unconfirmed? The fact that you talk stupid or the fact that you do some messed up shit? Or where the other dude's at? Like, maybe he's dead.
The last one.
Oh, shit, man. Fuck. Do Frank know about this?
I don't know if Franklin knows, but let's just let him sleep.
Shit.
Yeah. It's bummer. But, you know, he wasn't the good guy he made out.
Man, dude was a killer, a thief, a liar, and irritable as shit.
Yeah, a liar, above all else.
I was reading Chris's comment being like, oh really? Like, the driver's trapped until the truck gets to the other end. If you look closely at one of the trucks, you'll see a person laying across the back seats of every car.
Fuck, man, he fucked you.
Imagine if that was just how they were designed. I always assumed you don't actually drive the cars onto them, that they have some kind of winch or something. So, like, you just put the car, like, at the back of it, and then it pulls the cars onto it. But I don't know.
As a rule, maybe when I
don't know. I genuinely don't know. Have you tried GTA role-playing? Yeah, I'm not really into that sort of
That
thing.
ain't who I am, for the most part.
But the Michael fucked you.
Yeah, the Michael fucked. And the Michael fucked Brad. And the Michael ran off with the FIB.
Not my bag.
Who the fuck is Brad?
Brad is our boy back from the day.
And Michael killed him?
Michael got him killed. He died when Michael faked his death. I thought Michael died and Brad was in the pen, when actually Brad was in the ground and Michael was in hiding.
And now Michael's dead and it's all okay?
Michael's current condition is unconfirmed. I said that.
But if he was dead, you'd be
That's
cool
crazy,
because of this Brad
HGP.
dude who died whenever.
I should make a
Yes.
fortune inventing
Man, I
a truck
thought you
that
and
just
Michael
has a
were tight.
winch.
So did I.
You can just have a winch
Okay,
that's
that
like
make a lot
uses
of
a set of
fucking
pulleys to so it can work for any of the spaces.
It's a lonely old road, ain't it?
Lonely? Hey, I couldn't say. I mean, not really. A road's a road. It ain't got abandonment issues.
Truckers on the black top, making do.
I don't need to make do. I need to make snaps on these rides.
Sure. Yeah, the time
The
will
video I was
come.
watching the other
What
day about the
happens
most
before we
boring
get
places
paid
in
is
Grand
what
Theft Auto. This bridge was
Franklin's
one of them.
asleep.
Because people
Just
don't
me
walk over it ever.
What you trying to say? You want me to jack you off or something?
Jesus, no. God, no. Of course not. Unless
Man, you's a sick fiend.
just fiending for some friendship.
Friendship? Right, whatever, man.
It's just truckers are a symbol of this country. No part of its mythology, like cowboys, gangsters, hobos, gangbangers.
Truckers are about
that's
the
true,
unsexiest
Skriz.
myth I ever heard. Apart from hobos.
That is
Well,
true.
maybe tied with hobos.
This rabbit hole gets deeper.
Freedom. Loners in the night.
But you have
You know
ruined
what
my
truckers
dreams
do?
of
Cut
making
up
loads of
women and
money.
get other dudes to jack them off.
Unless people
Come to
just
think
push
about
them.
it, aside from not lugging freight around the
But if the
country,
cars are
you
so
got about
smashed
all
up
the
that, like,
necessary
even the wheels
prerequisites
don't
for a
work
fine
right.
career in haulage.
No shame
Would that
in
work?
that.
If you don't want to get paid or enjoy human contact.
Money's bullshit. So is friendship.
All right. I see you still touching.
How's Franklin doing over there?
Oh, dude getting paid to sleep. Don't even worry about him.
Ah, sleep of innocence.
So he like in charge on this one? You work for him?
He's a kind of figurehead. A puppet, if you like.
With Devin Weston's hand up his ass.
Right up to the elbow.
That dude, real shame.
Ooh, it's repulsive. But, well, once he's paid us, he can be whatever we want him to be.
What you want him to be?
I want him to be someone who understands that all the money in the world can't save him from a nasty guy who thinks he's an asshole.
Now that's something I want to see. So, tell me, man, how y'all end up meeting?
Michael introduced us. Me and Frank didn't exactly travel in similar circles.
Nah, I mean the creeper.
Michael? Ha! Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
Sorry if I don't want to reminisce. The wound
More explosions.
You such a delicate little old bitch, ain't you? Where your pussy at? What you got in there?
Screw you.
That's good. Let it out, homie. Go on, let it out. Vent.
The turd was probably playing me from the start.
Right, yeah. Probably. How you do it? Where?
Why have I got the police?
Oh, shit. What's happening? Wake up, you dozy motherfucker. One time was on a ride.
What the hell?
This is what happens when you fall asleep on the job. What you gonna do?
All right, shit. I'll handle this. If you keep driving, I'll use the JB700 to get rid of him. Man, Molly said there'd be some hardware on board. Shit, we'll see.
Hey, don't forget the headset, homie.
They must have waited till we was out of town.
Yeah, it looks like it, don't it?
This is so cool. These kind of animations just blow my mind. Like, them being able to do this while I'm driving. That's like beyond Uncharted. Yeah, HGP, I stopped in a, I was parked in a multi-story car park on New Year's Day, and I hadn't been in there for a while, and I'd completely forgotten how bad some of our car parks can be. It's one of the nice things if you're in America and you rent a smaller car, like basically a car that's not a, you know, a F-150, then every parking space seems massive. You've got so much room to get in and out because the trucks are so big. I see. It's good that the police aren't ramming us. It's some Fast and the Furious stuff, isn't it?
Hey, so this button wasn't here before. I thought you said the coast was clear when you boosted it, Lamar.
It was. They sneaky motherfuckers. Them police, homie. The police is your problem, CEO.
Whoa, that car in front just got absolutely trashed.
Come on, CEO. Deal with the one time. Hey, you gonna get these cops off?
This car has a lot of spikes in it.
I think that's the last one, my nigga.
I wonder how the YouTube algorithm does deal with the raciness, because the only streams of this that I've had demonetized are ones where there's been a bit of music in them. Never had one demonetized for language, but obviously there's loads of racial slurs and quite extreme swearing in it.
Procopio truck stop, get here soon.
But it's all been
Taking a
fine.
ride to the truck stop at Procopio.
Procopio it is.
Hey, I'm gonna speak to the legal councilwoman. Get us paid.
Yeah, I heard about that CEO pay shit. Just make sure it's fair salary for the workforce, motherfucker. Yeah, what he said.
You taking care
Don't
of
forget to like the
Head
stream.
back to
Oh,
town.
I'd like to get to 100 likes. I can stream for a bit longer today, maybe. If I don't die.
Hey, you said you was gonna get us paid.
Hello.
Hello, Franklin.
Yeah, where Devin at? Somewhere meditating or ripping somebody off?
In light of the drama your efforts caused, we felt it was not perhaps the best idea for you two to be seen together for a while.
Where's the money?
Mr. Weston is one of the most brilliant investors the world has ever known. He's obviously a maverick, but he's also rigorous in his research.
Yeah, he may be brilliant. Look, let me be the first to tell you. He ain't gonna fall in love with your ass. Now where the fuck is my money?
The best thing that could have happened to you in this situation has happened. He is going to hold your money, invest it in his Alpha Fund, and make the funds available to you at a time as the transfer will not induce any undue attention.
Which is a polite way of saying I'm getting robbed? Are you fucking kidding me?
That is a short-sighted and frankly immature way of seeing things, Mr. Clinton. Let's go.
I boost cars and pop motherfuckers. Maturity is not really my fucking thing.
I just got robbed. See how my investments are doing. Ooh, that's quite a lot of money. Still not up to where it needs to be, though.
Franklin.
What's happening, Lester? Hey, look, you seen Michael? Man, the contact he set me up with is holding out on the payment, dawg.
Huh. Let's see. His phone is offline. His credit cards aren't active. This is aberrant behavior. The last usage is for a flight to North Yankton. There was a signal from his cell back in Los Santos, but now nothing.
Damn. Is he in the city, dawg? Shit, he could be in trouble, huh?
I don't know, but it's worth speaking to Trevor. Most likely he was with him in the Midwest. I'll get him to come see you.
Shit, all right, homie. Look, send him to my aunt's crib, all right?
I'm miles away. I know there's a helicopter here. You know what? I might ring a taxi. I can't box drive all that way. That's ages.
Can I get a cab right away?
On its way, sir. Thanks for calling.
All right, thanks.
Taxi, taxi, taxi. Okay. That's an interesting place for the taxi to stop, but it'll do.
Where you headed, homie?
Strawberry.
It's free?
Right away, sir.
Why is it free? Why was I getting a free thing? $148. Well, that wasn't free.
We are women. We are free. We're bringing an end to the patriarchy. We are women. Hear our pain. We are women. Hear our shout. We are women. Have no doubt. We are women. We are free. We are
Shut the fuck up! Thank you.
How's it going, James?
The N-word, huh? What's up, homie? Huh? Oh. Oh. Is that how you act, huh? When a friend makes a mistake, huh?
No,
really?
man.
Oh,
No.
what? Oh, so what? It's just me getting hurt? Is that funny?
No,
huh?
man.
Well, fuck you! I'm gonna put you in the fucking ground. You laugh at me again.
Man, calm down.
I have met a lot of assholes in my life, but you? Oh, you're not long for this world if this is the way you fucking act. You little jumped up motherfucker!
Look, how about this, man? Calm down. It was funny at first, man. I made a mistake. Unfortunately, man, you failed. It was funny, all right? I apologize.
I accept your apology. Okay? All right, so let's hug it out. Nah! Nah! Right? You're
So
fucking
you're funny,
gotcha! Oh, fuck! No, I'm not funny! Fucking asshole! Oh, fuck! I had a
Thanks,
difficult
Killshot.
childhood.
Appreciate it.
Damn, man, you all right?
I'm just fucking on edge, you know? Look, I love you, right? But I would've just fucking...
Look, man. Lester said you had some information for us about Michael.
Michael? Fuck Michael, I hope he's dead.
Man, I know y'all two, man. Come on, man. You two had beef before. But what the fuck happened in North Yankton? Somebody pinched him, man. Who?
My friend Ron met these Chinese assholes.
Up to
They're
35
from
likes, that's
Yangshan
not
in
too
China.
bad. Third of the way to the goal.
We had some problems.
If anyone hasn't used their Twitch
I
Prime sub yet this month, please
thought
do.
Michael was a
I
human
thought I
being
hadn't
kidnapped.
used mine all the way through January,
and
but
now
then when I
looks like
looked,
they
it
holding
said
him
like the
somewhere in
next
the
time I
city.
can use it is the 4th of February.
Come on, bro.
So like,
Well, go
apparently
fuck
I used
yourself.
it a couple of
You
days
want that
ago.
piece of shit? That's your fucking
Seems a bit
business,
weird.
all right? He's dead to me, all right? And
Or do you only
chances
get a
are,
Twitch
if and
Prime
when
sub
I
every
see
other month
him,
or something
he's
now?
gonna be
I don't
dead
understand.
to everyone else as well.
Hey, come on, bro. Don't do that.
You're pushing your luck, pal. What was that?
What?
What was that?
Nothing.
Ah! Asshole! Everybody! Assholes!
He needs to chill.
Hey, it's me.
What did Trevor say?
Man, Michael's being held by a Chinese crew. Because of Trevor.
The irony isn't lost. I'm sending you an app for your phone. Michael's cell just came back online. This'll track its signal. It'll work better the closer you get. Be careful.
Sure.
This thing great.
I told you, he ain't my Gila.
Don't try to persuade me you're not lovers.
He's laughing at you, you fucking idiot. You're making a mistake.
It costs a lot of money to track you down. I had to call in every favor I could in the Midwest. And then you kill several good men. Good day, huh?
Good day. Good fucking day to you.
Kill him. Trevor Phillips isn't coming.
Whoa. No, hey. You idiots. I'll help you get Phillips.
I appreciate that, Fendi. No, I pressed the wrong button. Oh yeah, Texas. He'd be doing some right-wing thing, but not that he actually believes in it, just to like grift off people. Okay, he's on the other side of the river. Texas, thank you so much. That sub was entirely for Trevor. Thank you so... Thanks so much, Texas. Appreciate you. I very much appreciate anybody that supports me financially. It's a massive help.
Let me down!
January is famous for YouTubers and streamers not making a huge amount of money from ads and stuff. Ad revenue's so bad this month. So, if you want to help out all of your favorite streamers and content creators, not just me, if you got any spare change, I'm literally begging now. I'm busking. Got any spare change, mate? I'll perform for you. Penny for the bard. Would say there we go, Ultraclat. I didn't get anything through. On Twitch, if anyone does do a Twitch Prime sub, you have to press a button like where it says like it's like in chat and it says share something in order to be able to do it. Well, thank you very much, Ultraclat. Yeah, I haven't got a notification. I think if you don't share, it's like share your streak in chat or something. Is this the door I need?
Hey, he's in there somewhere. How you get in?
In here? Yeah. Okay, not a huge amount of time left.
Hey, you! What you want?
战斗位，我们有人倒下了。准备收拾。他准备好了，告诉我你还行。
Man, I wish my aim was this good in Call of Duty. Make life a lot easier.
You got an old white dude that don't belong to you. Hey, Michael. Michael, you in here, man? You got the wrong guy here. Michael, no, where you at?
I don't think I killed the guy that fell off the thing.
Hey, it's Mike. What he got? Where you at, bro?
Whoa!
Trevor don't give a shit about this motherfucker.
Okay, I need help. I need help, I need help, I need help. Or I'm just going to die. Sure, there's gonna be some help somewhere.
Ah, shit, I can't believe it! The machine jam! Get here quick, bro! 2 seconds!
Oh, he just fed into the mincing machine. Oh, that's disgusting. Okay, I've got some health back now.
Give me a sec!
Oh, that's disgusting.
You want me to waste a boyfriend?
Fucking
Oh no.
There's more guys coming from down there. Throw me a gun. There you go. You was right about more coming. They got you locked down hard, homie. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it turns out they really want Trevor dead. Go figure. 2 more coming at us from the left, man. Hang in there, dog. What else am I gonna do? What the fuck? I'm gonna check around the corner. Can you get yourself down? Clear the corridor, then we'll get out of here. Don't need to tell me twice.
I need help.
Damn, how many of these fuckers are there?
I thought I was still using a shotgun. I have switched to some sort of AK. We haven't had any snow these last few days. I know Scotland, like the north in general, is meant to be crazy. Into the acid. Why is that acid?
Get up, let's go.
I don't think shooting a big iron hook would work.
Hey, this way, come on.
Yeah, we haven't had any snow.
Come on, Mike. We going out this way.
2个都杀了。告诉你还行。
留下他们。
People are dying some really horrible deaths in this.
Back off, man. Let us go.
Like, really, really gruesome.
We can get out over here. That's the last fucking time I get mistaken for Trevor. That's gotta be all of them. We should go, man. Come on, let's go. This is my rescue mission, dog. We're going. I just want to get home.
Right, you're gonna get in. Maybe hurry. Bloody hell.
Oh shit, man, they coming after.
I'll try and lose them. Just let me get my head right.
Shouldn't Franklin be driving since he's the one with the I can slow down speed thing? There we go. Surely that's lost them. I love this kind of driving. I love driving through traffic. It's so much fun. Oh, when I said through traffic, I didn't quite mean that, but okay. Oh, I shot my tyre out. God damn it. Okay, driving without tyres is more difficult than I'd like it to be. Yeah, I'm like that, but the weather's fine outside musical. I just want to stay outside. It's cold here, but it's, yeah, not been snowing or anything. Bit of rain, a little bit of sleet maybe.
Yeah, man, we clear. Fuck me, man. What a scene that was. That's about the size of his shit. Yeah. Whew. Back there on that meat hook, I thought it was over. When the dude had the knife on me, man, I thought the same thing. Frank, thank you, bro. You didn't have to. Yeah, bro, of course I did. If this shit means anything, shit, the second I knew. Hey, how'd you even find me? Lester sent me this app that tracked your cell signal. Ah, Lester. How'd you even know I got snatched up? Trevor told me. Kinda. I asked him what he knew about you disappearing in North Yankee.
Yeah, I bet he wasn't that forthcoming, was he?
Well, he told me in the end. How'd they pinch you anyway?
Oh, shit. We're up there, and Trevor freaks the fuck out. He was about to kill me, Franklin, and then these Chinese guys show up. They take me, he fucks up.
For real?
Too real.
Okay. Well, if you don't want to talk about that, how about Devin Weston?
Weston? What about him?
-9.
All right, then, I'll see you.
For sure.
Crazy.
Hey, sure you don't want to come in?
What, your big empty
Yeah,
house?
over here
I'm
in Norfolk,
depressed
it's
enough
super
already.
dry. Apparently, it's drier in Norfolk than it is in Iran.
Look, man, before you go,
Famously
what
dry
the fuck
here.
happened up there?
I said, Trevor went crazy, tried to kill me, I got jumped by the Chinese.
HGP, personally, I would say an Xbox controller. PlayStation controllers just have, like, some issues. Like, say on this, I can't use the PlayStation controller unless I downloaded a separate bit of software, DS4 Edge, which I think might trigger anti-cheat in some games.
I had a young family, Franklin.
My PlayStation controller works natively in Call of Duty or on Steam games, but
a future for me, for my family.
Xbox is less faff.
You took it. Man, you
I'm using an Xbox controller right now.
It was that or die. Look, I know it sounds cold. I don't expect you to understand it. Not yet.
I do use a PlayStation
But you
controller
got
for
ties
COD.
of your own. Look, you wake up one day, and your legs, they just give. You just can't run anymore.
All right, man, look. You watch your back, all right? When Trevor finds out you're still alive,
It's not as flat as
what the fuck
Lincolnshire
you
where
gonna
I'm
do?
from.
Don't worry about
South
Trevor.
Lincolnshire where
You're
I'm
not
from
gonna
is
get near
like
me.
super flat. The fens. It's because it all
Watch
used to
your
be like
back.
seabed.
Hear me?
Dog, it ain't me he
Do you buy a
coming
50
for.
series
It's straight, it's
GPU
you,
or
dog.
console at the
It's
end of the
you.
year for GTA?
Just saying.
If it's for GTA, you buy a console, Kribby. Like, yeah, GTA probably won't come out on PC this year. I imagine PC will probably be a year after. You'll be waiting an extra year for PC. I imagine. I mean, that's what happened with GTA 5 and Red Dead. Red Dead 2. Maybe they'll release them all at the same time this year. Don't know. But I kind of think it'll be console first. I'm almost tempted to buy a PlayStation 5 Pro just for GTA. Like, if they announce that GTA 6 is only coming to console this year, and if they said that, oh, it'll only run at 60 frames a second on PlayStation 5 Pro, then I would get a PlayStation 5 Pro. I bet Sony are, like, properly going on to Rockstar, being like, yo, make it run better on the PlayStation 5 Pro, like a lot better. If it was something like, oh, the PlayStation 5 Pro version had ray tracing or something, I wouldn't care. Like, that wouldn't make the slightest bit of difference. But if it's like, oh yeah, it's 30 frames a second on the Series X and the PS5, and then 60 frames a second on the PS5 Pro, I'd probably get a PS5 Pro for it. The whole Earth is flat. You need to say that you're joking, Mark, or some people won't know that you're not joking. Yeah, I wish we had hills here. I do like being... I mean, I don't know. I suppose it does always feel like I'm on holiday when I see hills. Because we just don't have them here. It's nice, like, you know, it feels like, oh, we're going somewhere exciting because I can see hills. And hills are always one of those things that I think are kind of romanticised, that they're very pretty to look at, but the practicality of them, you know, having to walk or drive up a hill is more of a pain. I'm just worried that there'll be some people in chat who don't know that you're joking, Mark. The internet's a scary place. What was it that I saw? I saw something mental that people were believing.
We had a deal.
Oh, this whole thing. You've seen this whole thing, like, I was reading it this morning about some of the stuff that Trump and the Republicans have been saying, where they're saying that they think it's really important that Canada becomes a state and that everyone in Canada wants to become a state of the US, and it's really important that they take Greenland and Panama, and if Denmark and Panama won't sell, then they like Trump's like, oh, I'm not gonna rule out using military force like to take Greenland, which is insane. And then he said that he thought Hezbollah were maybe behind the January 6th, like the people storming whatever what was it, the Senate building? What was the building they took? I can't remember what building it was on January 6th. Anyway, that government building. Was it the Senate? I don't know. Capitol? The Capitol? It was the Capitol. Was it the Capitol? I don't know. There's so many buildings in America that like just have weird names that don't mean a lot. You know, like the Capitol building or the Senate, or was it Senate House? Is there something called? I don't know. And it's like it's just like I can't believe people can listen to a politician coming in. Bear in mind, I heard a lot of the people, a lot of people that were coming in chat. Remember when we had those weirdos in chat supporting Trump? And the people were like, well, I'm just really anti-war. And like, the best thing about Trump is that he didn't start any wars. And it's like, he's literally not even president yet. And he's like going on saying that he's not ruling out military action to take Panama and Greenland. Isn't Denmark a part of NATO? It's insane. Like, properly, the stuff he was saying was insane. Like, actually insane. It's crazy. And it's like people are like, oh yeah, well, I love Trump. Yeah, Hezbollah are behind January 6th.
We have a deal with them. Just about. Please, get those millennial ass wipes.
With pleasure. You fuckwad! Where are you going, tough guys?
I love the door physics in GTA games. You know how like the doors sort of swing shut, and then once they're shut, they like lock for really satisfying. Did I see Elon's dad on Good Morning Britain? I don't watch TV like that.
I tried to play nice.
How did that not kill him?
You told me we had an understanding. We just got it up. I thought you were a tough guy. That's on you, dickwad.
Oh, that skid! Look at that skid mark! That is utterly disgusting. And then I shot him in the chin, apparently. That is utterly, utterly gross. Elon Musk is genuinely like... I feel like he has become a problem that... like an international problem that the world's never had to deal with before. And it'll be really interesting seeing how they do deal with it. How do you deal with someone that is rich enough to buy countries, interfering in politics and spreading misinformation and conspiracy theories, who owns a social media platform? Like, it's properly, like...
Could you come by the studio now?
I don't know what's going to happen with Elon Musk.
Yeah, of course. I'll be right over.
Like, I don't know what countries can do. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something where, like, they ban his companies from doing business. I wouldn't be surprised if that's quite a common thing. It's just, like, he's such a problem. Like, it's funny how... It's really funny. I hadn't even thought about this before, but it just occurred to me now that America's had this big problem with China and their connection to TikTok, and saying, oh, China could be using it to like influence politicians, and they could be using it to influence voters and track personal data and stuff like that. And Elon Musk is like not even in a secretive way doing that with Twitter. And it's like, how is that not a problem? Like, Elon Musk is very obviously influencing politics. You know, he's literally paying politicians to do what he wants on a very, you know, like, it's out in the open. And he's obviously using Twitter to influence politics, and he's using it to spread misinformation. I saw someone the other day said that he's the greatest source of misinformation in the world right now, and it's like 100%. Like, Elon Musk has become almost like a cartoon villain in terms of he has, like, used his money and influence in order to be able to spread lies, basically. And it's just insane. I think, like, yeah, I think the downfall of Elon Musk is going to become quite stunning. I feel like what's probably the most likely outcome, and this will make a good Hollywood film ending, is that Trump will turn on him. Like, I think Trump will turn on him because Elon Musk is, you know, but, you know, people are already, like, making jokes being like, oh, Musk has bought the presidency. You know, and you see how Farage turned on him, and you see how like other politicians have kind of turned on him in the past. I feel like he will hurt Trump's ego enough to the point where Trump will basically, you know, throw him under the bridge and just, like, destroy him. Because one of the really interesting things about Elon Musk, as opposed to, I would say, Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos, is that if you thoroughly destroyed Elon Musk and, like, all of his companies were shut down tomorrow, it wouldn't really have much of an impact on the world. Like, if you suddenly were like, oh, okay, Tesla can't do business in all of these countries, you know, the US, the UK, Europe. Like, Starlink can't do business in these countries. SpaceX can't do business in these countries. It wouldn't actually affect that much. Like, you know, most people's lives would be completely unaffected. There'll be a few people who use Starlink who'll be like, oh, that's annoying, but then they'd get another ISP. Then, you know, there's a few people who have Teslas that'll be like, oh, we can't get our Tesla service anymore. That sucks. But that's it. You know, as opposed to if Amazon shut down, I feel like that would be quite a pain. Although I feel like that would probably be okay. If Microsoft had shut down, that would have been a problem. But Bill Gates isn't in charge of Microsoft anymore, so it's fine. But yeah, I feel like there is a... There'll be a wacky season 4. Trump or Elon end up being the good guy and actually try doing good. I don't think they will. But I can imagine Trump getting rid of Elon Musk. I can imagine Trump just feeling threatened by Elon Musk and doing everything in his power to, like, embarrass Musk or even, you know, prosecute him. I feel like that relationship is too fragile. You know, you saw what happened with, like, Elon Musk and Farage, where Elon Musk was going to give $100 million to the Reform Party, and, you know, Farage was going over and meeting him, and they were best of buds, and then Elon Musk is like, yeah, and they need to free Tommy Robinson, and Farage is like, oh, no, we actually don't like Tommy Robinson, and then Musk is like, well, then you need to go, like, you need to be removed from the Leadership Party, and then it's like the Labour government, you know, like, they, like, talked about Elon Musk before, and they've invited him to talks and stuff like that. And then, like, again, like, there's this whole thing about this stupid, oh, we need to have a national inquiry into the grooming gangs, which, just to point out for anyone who's not British and hasn't been following this, there already was a national inquiry into grooming gangs, which, you know, the whole point of national inquiry is that they look at all of the facts and then they offer advisories for how things should be changed, how systems should be changed. That's the point of a national inquiry. It's not to prosecute people. It's to, like, set up, like, advice for how different departments and government agencies and stuff like that should act. And that did happen, and they just haven't put in, like, the Tory government did the inquiry, and they didn't act on the advice of the inquiry. Just because, you know, like, bureaucracy and everything's slow. There was nothing really sinister about it. It was just kind of the Tories didn't act on it. And, you know, the Labour government and Jess Phillips are still saying now, like, oh, yeah, we need to do that. We need to do what the last inquiry found. And, yeah, like, and then there's this weird kind of narrative being built up that somehow the Tories were super against these grooming gangs, but Labour government wants to protect them, so they're not going to do another national inquiry. And that, like, whole thing is utterly nonsense. Like, that whole thing is nonsense. The whole narrative is completely fake. And Elon Musk is out there tweeting saying that King Charles should disband government over it. And it's just like, it's insane. Like, you know, it's actually insane. You can't argue if there's no reason in it. But the problem is, because Elon Musk owns Twitter and has so much influence in people's minds, he can spin this false narrative that, you know, Tommy Robinson is a political prisoner and, like, the Conservatives were the good guys and Labour government are on the side of grooming gangs and they're, like, trying to cover it up. And it's like, it doesn't matter that none of this is true. You know, he started posting about how tyrannical the British government is, and it's like, what is this? It's utterly crazy. And you can see, I think it's been a really good litmus test for UK politicians, where when you see Tory politicians who are hopping on this and being like, yeah, and it's like, it does not take a lot of fact checking to look at it and be like, but you literally, the thing that you're now criticising Labour for, you didn't do for years and years and years and years. Because, you know, there's good reasons not to. It's a good example of like, okay, these Tory people are idiot opportunists. But yeah, it's scary. It is scary. Something needs to happen. Something has to happen. And it'll be interesting to see what does. It'll be interesting to see what the solution was. Is a grooming gang exactly what it sounds like? So basically, what happened was, this is going back a few years now. There was police investigations into young girls in mostly northern towns, northern cities, that were being groomed by paedophiles. That was a thing that was happening. And it turned out that in some of these cases, there were gangs that were doing this in a systematic way. So literally, you know, trying to recruit young girls. And often they were young white girls. And a lot of the gangs that were doing it were, and I say a lot of, I don't know how many gangs there were. I don't know how many were involved in this. But there were like gangs of Asian men. I don't know what countries like the people originally came from. But, you know, people who had come from Asian countries and men. There were gangs of Asian men who were systematically recruiting young white girls kind of as sport. You know, I don't think this was even exactly like human trafficking. I don't know how much money was involved in it. I think it was much more like this was a thing that these gangs were doing as like that was their idea of fun kind of thing. And so like when this broke, it obviously caused a lot of tension in those cities. You know, there's always been tension between different like racial groups within certain cities, and like there's always been this idea in a lot of English towns and cities that there's like, you know, kind of Asian areas and white areas, and that, you know, that's been a problem for a long while. That kind of segregation is to do with town planning in the 70s and 80s. That was a massive mistake. I know Peterborough, the city that I grew up in, the town planners literally talked about how they wanted to have like a third of the city for Asian people and a third of the city for white people and a third of the city for Arabic people. And surprisingly, there was violence between them. It was stupid. But anyway, because there was like a racial aspect to this, it led to this really difficult position for politicians and the police and the media, where obviously rational people were like, yeah, there are these gangs that are predominantly Asian men and the victims are predominantly white girls, and that's a problem. But that doesn't mean all Asian people are bad or all Asian men are bad. Like, it's just that, yeah, these gangs are made up of Asian men. But obviously certain groups within Britain decided to be like, to try and make out that this was a much more widespread problem, because then that reinforces their narrative that, you know, multiculturalism doesn't work and diversity is a bad thing. So some groups decided to try and make a bigger deal out of it than it was, saying that, oh, wherever you get groups of Asian men, you're going to have this problem, which obviously isn't true. You know, there's lots and lots of communities and lots of groups of Asian people where this isn't happening. You know, it's the same thing as saying like, oh, wherever you see white people, there's going to be white nationalists and there's going to be neo-Nazis and stuff. And it's like, obviously that's not true. Like, most white people don't know a white supremacist or a neo-Nazi, but most white supremacists and neo-Nazis are white people. Both those things can be true at the same time. And so, yeah, it became a very politicized issue. And I think because of politicians and the police's reluctance they found it difficult to talk about it, that allowed it to become a bit of a conspiracy. There was this conspiracy theory that actually the government and the police were covering it up because they didn't want to admit that there was a problem in a community made up of one race. They didn't want it to sound like that was a big thing. So some people decided that, this is a conspiracy theory and it's actually being covered up. Rational people were like, well, obviously it's a problem with these gangs, but that doesn't mean all people from that race are bad. But, the rational people are maybe a bit quieter. And it's harder to make that argument. It's hard to get a headline by saying, hey, we probably shouldn't be racist and generalize based on this. But, that's how stuff works. The media and everything works. So anyway, this is a thing. And then a inquiry was made into it. So when we have a government inquiry, basically the government assigns a group of people. Often it's like a group of politicians and then some people from the police and some experts in the field, maybe some academics, stuff like that. And they spend some time researching the issue and then giving recommendations to the government. So this is what happened. We had an inquiry where they looked at lots of different northern towns and cities, and they looked at these cases, like these court cases, which are obviously also, it's difficult because a lot of these cases can't get reported on as much as some people would like because the victims are children. So they did all of this and they put out a lot of recommendations about how this could be handled better. And that's recommendations to the government, to the judiciary, to the police, to the media, to schools. They put out a report that had a load of recommendations. And they did that. And then now people are saying, for whatever reason, Elon Musk and people like that, because they want to try and sow division, because they want to, they've got this whole white supremacist hat on. They're saying, we demand that there's a national inquiry. And the government's like, there already was a national inquiry. And they're like, but that didn't look at enough towns. There's actually more towns. And it's like, again, rational people are like, well, inquiries can't cover every single case. Instead, they look at representative cases because their point is just to recommend policy changes, not individual cases. And then you have people like, you're covering up how widespread this is. And it's like, no, we're not. All crime statistics are reported. But yeah, it's a big mess, basically. And racists are trying to capitalize on it to show that there's, a reason to fear Asian people, basically. That's what it's being used for. It's being used to say, hey, immigrants are bad, which is a bit scary. And it's weird that, there's a lot of focus put on this and not, the danger of, priests or conservative politicians or Republicans in America and, their links to paedophilia. But lots of focus on this because because it's talking about immigrants. Peterborough has a boat bar thing. That was a fun night. Yeah, but the floor slopes. That was a problem. You thought all the Musk crap was satire until you found out it wasn't. Oh, no. He is properly trying to sow division and he's trying to reinforce this weird set of ideals which allows him, I think, to gain more power. I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get more power. And, it's like the Labour government probably won't take bribes from Musk to do what he wants. But if he could get Reform in charge, they probably would. So how do you get Reform in charge in the UK? How do you get a small political party that desperately needs money? How do you get them to have more power in the UK? You stoke up flames of hatred. You stoke up racism. That's how you do it. In America, he's actually kind of doing the opposite a little bit and trying to play it down because he hires a lot of immigrant workers because he can pay them less. So it's it's weird that, his values seem very different depending on where he's looking. Apparently he's all about defending the children and he hates pedophiles, which is why he's talking about the grooming gangs in the UK. But, he also supported that, what's his name, Gates or whatever his name is, the guy who's a convicted sex offender, to become, Chief Justice or something in America, the main prosecutor, Attorney General, is that the phrase, I think? And cozying up to Trump, who, brags about how he used to hang out backstage at child beauty pageants and stuff. It's like, it shows that he's not got any principles as such. Instead, he's just doing what he can to get power. So he supported Trump in America because he thought he could control Trump, and obviously he can. And then he supported reform in the UK because he can do that. Like, the truth doesn't matter. He's more nuts than squirrel shit. Yes. He's just like, but I mean, I think with Musk, obviously, it's a calculated ploy to, like, how can things advantage him the best? How can he get himself into a position where he's going to make the most money, where his companies can benefit. And he's not afraid of who he hurts or how he damages society. And that's the problem. You get some people who are kind of, selfish and egotistic in a way, and sociopathic in a way, where they just hurt other people. But Musk is at the level, with the amount of money and influence that he has, that he actually hurts societies. He is damaging British society by trying to get people to focus on this thing of grooming gangs, and then by extension promoting racism against Asian people, instead of, looking back and stepping back. And like most reasonable people look at this issue of grooming gangs, and it's like, oh yeah, these grooming gangs are a problem. The police need to know how to deal with it. Schools need to know how to identify when it's a risk. And all of those things are happening, but they take time. Like, that is a long problem. The answer isn't, hey, we should demonize Asian communities. It's exactly the same thing as what happened in America and what happens, in London and stuff like that. And, kind of what happens in places like Liverpool and stuff like that. Because when people start talking about, like, oh, it's all this gang violence, and they start talking about the idea that, black people are committing a lot of violent crime, and that's the issue, like, that's the thing. And it's like, instead of talking about, oh, okay, how can we address the causes that lead people to committing gang violence and stuff like that, instead they're like, oh, the people doing it are black, so we need to, like, be anti-black people. We need to stop black communities. We need to stop black people having rights and stuff. And it's like a really stupid, short-sighted way of doing it that promotes division, instead of being like, oh, hey, maybe it's to do with, poverty and the lack of social support and the lack of, people in the sort of social systems identifying people who are at risk of this. That's why teachers and doctors and stuff like that need to be involved in this. But people are idiots, basically. People are racist idiots. They just want to blame a race of people. And that's why it's so annoying. And that's why, I went off on one when you lot started talking, you people who were in Liverpool started talking, being like, oh, it's, the gang problems, we've got shooting problems in Liverpool and stuff like that. Because it's used to demonize groups of people rather than talking about the actual problem. It's like exaggerated to try and sow division between groups of people. And it's really bad. People are people. Are you allowed to say the P word on YouTube? What, pedo? Since YouTube are likely to act up about that. I don't know what you mean by YouTube are likely to act up about that. If I did a video on that topic, I imagine YouTube would probably not want to put much advertising on it. But if I'm talking about it within a video, then whatever. People have a weird idea of what YouTube has a problem with. It's because, again, like going back to the way people spread misinformation to suit their narrative, you get right-wing people being like, oh, we're not allowed to talk about this on YouTube. And what is really happening is, no, you're not allowed to make videos about misinformation and racism and sexism and stuff like that. You're not allowed to spread that kind of stuff on YouTube. It's not that YouTube are just banning you from saying certain words. It's that they're trying to stop you from using YouTube as a mouthpiece for your hateful bullshit. It's like, that's a different thing. It's like, I saw someone on the Call of Duty Creators Discord yesterday saying like, oh, we've ran into 40 hackers today, but then my friend got banned because he got chat banned because he said that somebody who was cheating was being gay. And then, I kind of wanted, I did it because I don't try to get involved in stuff like that on the Creators Discord. I kind of wanted to say like, hey, maybe someone being homophobic on Call of Duty is actually worse than someone cheating on Call of Duty. And I agree that the person using gay as a pejorative term for somebody is actually worse than the person who was cheating. And so your friend did deserve to get banned. But people, you know, people want to frame it as then, I'm not doing it wrong, I just used a word. And it's like, no, that's not what's going on here. That's not what it is. But people like spreading nonsense, don't they?
Come in. Come in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it turns out maybe I'm cut out for the movie business after all, huh?
My friend, you're a sentimental thug with zero artistic training.
Yeah, because it's not the words that matter, Cribby. It's the
anyway,
it's the content.
And
it's the same when people were saying for a while that like, oh, you can get monetized if you talked about COVID, and it's like, no, it's not that you were talking about COVID, because that suited the narrative of people saying like, oh, they're trying not to let us talk about it. It's a big conspiracy. They don't want us to know the truth. And it's like, no, they were trying to stop you from influencing people by spreading lies about the vaccines. Like that's a complete, because that was a real public health risk. Like that's a very different thing. Imagine actually trying to defend that. Yeah, Squiz.
That.
Oh. Oh.
I love this. I love this bit of... This is something a lot of games don't do.
Feels
this
good,
kind of
doesn't
side character development
Feels
of like,
like
hey,
I've
Michael's
done
not
something
just
in my
about being a criminal.
Actually
He
done
actually has this quite wholesome passion for wanting to get involved in the
Welcome
movie
to show
industry.
business. Nothing but make-believe will ever feel quite real again. All right, Michael, come on. Let me show you some
He
Russian.
loses sight of the fact that he just murdered
love
2
it,
people
but it'd be great
in
to hear
exchange
your
for a
notes.
producer credit. Which is like, it's funny
hey,
satire talking
just
about the
wanted to tell
nature
you,
of
I'm
getting
finally doing
producer
something with my
credits, you know,
life.
associate and executive
I'm making
producer
a movie.
credits.
A real one.
And it's like, it tells a lot about Michael, you know, he's standing there with a bullet hole in his chest. But being like super excited because he's on a credit, you know, something that the people who are in charge of the studio don't actually care about, but it's a massive deal to him. It's just, there's so much to this game. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. You can make a critical documentary on topic saying more or less anyone and still be fine. Yeah. There's things like, the only thing with the whole, oh, you don't say that on YouTube, is like, it's a good idea not to swear, especially in the first 30 seconds of a video. That is a good idea because YouTube are less likely to allow advertising on a video if they're swearing in the first 30 seconds. They're less likely to recommend it to many people if they're swearing in the first 30 seconds. Like, there's similar kinds of, you know, I'd say there's similar kinds of guidelines to what there is with broadcast media. You know, on the BBC and stuff, you get stuff with swearing in it, but you probably want it in the right context. You probably want it, you know, not to be completely gratuitous. You want it to be probably after a certain hour and stuff like that. And YouTube just follows kind of common sense stuff like that, you know, if you're swearing completely gratuitously, they might have an issue with it. If you're showing violence and sexual content, like, you know, YouTube doesn't have, like, much in the way of age rating stuff, so they have to kind of just not do that. But then when people start being like, oh, you know, they're limiting my right to free speech, it's like, oh, no, they're not. You could just not make videos on YouTube. It's funny how Elon Musk, going back to the Elon Musk content, he talks so much about how, you know, he's a free speech absolutist, but there's some things that you can't say cisgender on Twitter, supposedly, without getting your posts deprioritized and people getting blocked and stuff for it. Since you swear all the time. Yeah, but when you get older, Killshot, it'll fade off. Like, you won't swear as much. Swearing becomes a lot less interesting as you get older, don't worry. It's like people talking about how many drugs they take. Whenever you see people talking about, like, you know, like coming into... Whenever you see people... We were joking about it the other day. Whenever you see people coming into a stream and being like, oh, I'm so stoned. It's like, you know they're like 14. I was so drunk.
What's going on?
It's like...
Oh, just enjoying a little labor dispute.
Stuff
See, we're
like
about
that,
to do
like
something
the
really,
edginess
really
gets a lot
bad.
less exciting.
So I need to present myself as a proper textile magnet.
So you stopped making anything?
Once you're an
Nothing looks
adult,
more
it's very
suspicious
easy
in
to just
America
not
than someone
swear
who's
if you don't
actually
want to swear.
prepared to make something.
Jesus.
What about you?
Oh, fucking Trevor. We're having some problems.
Brad.
Yeah, what else?
So anyway, the Union Depository is on hold for now. Can't do it without him, especially now that he knows.
Thank God you guys are here. You alone?
Davey, where's your boyfriend, Steve?
He's on his way up. Yeah, they're up here. Listen, this shit's about to hit the fan.
Our entire
To
lives
me,
together has been nothing
26-year-old
but
is
a
still very
series
much a
of
child.
fans and shits.
That's another thing that changes. I think once you hit your mid-30s, you're like, yeah, people in their
Leisure wear
20s.
off your back.
And if we don't,
Still basically
then
kids.
I will go to jail and you will get shot.
Ah, fuck you, Dave. I've heard it all before.
Once you get into your 30s, if you're still being like that, that's
Does he
when it
breathe
gets
you?
embarrassing.
Oh, well, yes, he has. He told us that if we do what you say, then together we can take down the big bad
I'm
wolf
sure
that
once
is
I get into my
government
40s, I'll
corruption.
think the same way
Yeah,
about
if you don't,
30-year-olds.
We're all gonna fry because the agency's onto us. I've even got some fools in our own bureau that are questioning my methods. Think I'm a liar, a cheater, some kind of a killer and a thief.
So?
So, there's some evidence, and I need you guys to find out what they know.
All right, so what? You want Lester here to hack into the system, wipe it all clean?
No, that will not work.
Yeah,
We need
every
access
time,
to this thing we're
every like sort of
Fuck
5 years or so, I look back at what
Michael,
the sort of things that I was saying and thinking 5 years ago,
big favor.
and I'm full of
And if you
embarrassment
do
and
this,
shame.
I will make sure that all your files are deleted.
You know, 5 years ago,
Promise.
2020, during
Hey.
COVID, that's when I started the channel.
It's the last thing we
That was
do.
back when I
We're
was
done.
like, you know, messing around with data mining.
I'm a man of
I
my
was
word.
like acting
Dave,
as if
let's go.
the Call of Duty Warzone story was really interesting. I was
Come on,
trying to
Lester, let's
impress Charlie Intel and Modern Warzone. Ugh, it's embarrassing.
Take us to the FIB building, parking lot entrance.
I swear sometimes. I just swear when it's
So, you got
appropriate.
any idea how we'll do this? Scope it out?
Not really, but I thought we'd start by finding a way into the building.
We're going in through
People
the
who
parking
swear
lot?
every
No,
other
no,
word
we're waiting
are a
for
bit
someone to
annoying
come
when you're
out
a
of it.
content creator.
Janitor.
Makes you not want to
All
play
right.
with people.
And how's that gonna get us in?
Well, the janitors are all on temp contracts. They get replaced when their backs go or they ask for a day off. So, we find one of these guys, we turn him, and that's our end.
Okay. Is there a particular guy?
I'm in the
It's one of
temp
the many
company's
things that
database
stops
right
me from
now.
wanting to play with
Found a
people
guy about
online.
to clock off. Look at the file.
My youthful exuberance means I'm many years away from my 40s.
Harvey
Yeah,
Molina,
a year and a
license
half.
Plate 83QSL722.
I'll be 39 in
Follow
April.
him, see what we
Scary.
think.
Sounds good.
Oh no, I say it's
Here we
scary.
are.
It's not that scary.
Let's
I'm
wait
pretty
for him.
sorted in my life. You know, I own a house. I've got a wife. Fairly happy with what I do. I don't have enough money, but other than that, I'm pretty good.
Here we
If
go.
any of you want to give me some of your money, that's great.
Nope.
So, what do you think about this whole messed up situation?
I think they'll either kill you after this is done, or keep you doing these stupid jobs until they don't have to kill you because
2026.
someone else has done it for them.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Ooh, what's this? That's not it.
So what do we do?
What can we do? We do the job. And maybe you can delete the files when you're inside doing whatever else you're doing. That might be a way out.
Yeah, well, a way out is exactly what I need.
That's it?
I saw a really good theory for what the
This is not the car we're looking for.
the structure of GTA 6
It's hard to
will
get
be.
motivated
that
on
I'm
a
so
job without
convinced
financial
by,
incentive.
You can't
that I'm almost worried to talk about it in
That
case it's
spur
like a
won't be
spoiler
there for the
because
crew.
it's accurate.
I'm gonna ask
It's
him
not a
for
leak. It's like
budget,
someone's just
maybe
worked
leftover
stuff out
cash
from
from
the
the
trailer
Casinos
that
Board.
seems very
We need
convincing.
something.
Yeah, see what you can do.
The wheels haven't fallen off yet. It's good to know.
Something's coming. Not our guy.
Got a little phone holder on the air vent. That's a nice touch. You upgraded your PS4 to PS5 version last night and started the story all over. I forgot how fun this game is. It's so good, isn't it, Fogger? It's so bloody good.
There she is. Stay behind him, but don't let him see you.
So bloody good. Better than it's got any right to be, really.
Gets wherever he's going.
He's gonna get his severance package.
I can't tell if that's some creepy euphemism or a plain statement of facts.
It's whatever you want it to be.
Okay.
You're 50 this year. Oh, is GTA 5 on Game Pass? I don't think so. I think GTA Online has been before. I don't think it is right now.
Hey, you mind? Put away the smartphone or pad or whatever the hell that is for a minute. No surfing while I'm trying to tail this guy.
It's work-related.
Yeah, well, I'd prefer all hands on deck right now, if it's okay with you. God, you're worse than my son.
Listen to the sound of the rain on the roof of the car.
FIB's West Coast headquarters. You're gonna need more than a janitor's
GTA 5, I would say, is a lot better than GTA 4. GTA 4 was a really interesting game, but it wasn't that much fun. GTA 5 is interesting, but also they managed to make it fun.
In terms of racial abuse, that was my son in spades.
It's gonna be old Texas.
I just spoke with Agent Haynes. We've got the budget to pull this
Look at all this animation. Like, bear in mind, just to make this clear. So, you know, in first person, I'm looking and you could see Lester on his phone and then him turning and talking to you. When this game came out, you couldn't even go into first person mode. Like, first person wasn't an option. So, like, all of these animations were put in case you, like, looked through the window like this. Like, that's crazy.
Come on. What do we do when he gets home? What do we need from him?
We need cooperation, and maybe his overalls and an ID.
And if he don't cooperate?
Like, in case you look backwards like that.
He'll cooperate. This much distance is a little reckless for my taste. Close in.
Like, even little stuff, like when you brake, their body weight shifts forwards. Oh, it's such a good game. Other games are crap. I can't believe that this was a third of the cost of Black Ops Cold War to develop. Isn't that insane?
He's gone left there, you see?
A third of the cost of Black Ops Cold War. You know, that game that had the incredibly forgettable and short campaign, 4 zombies maps, an okay but relatively forgettable multiplayer. And this was a third of the cost.
Time to make Harvey an offer. Feel him out.
And they made this in 5 years. What the hell are they going to do in GTA 6 for 6? What, they got 10 years they've spent on it?
Sorry, look, I'm busy.
Only when she needs something.
There was a demo of GTA 1 where you could only play it for like 5 minutes, and I used to play those 5 minutes over and over and over and over again. And then I think I found at one point, I read somewhere about how you could disable the timer on it. And so I did that, and then it's like, oh, you can play it as much as you want, but you are stuck in the first city, I think.
Who are you?
The guy with your best interest.
Like, you'd know where to go to get like a monster truck and stuff like that.
Hey, I work 2 jobs, man. Take any break I can get.
So much fun.
Hey, you want the beer?
Nah, I'll just take the overalls.
Just try and do it and get as many points as you could. Remember, like, points were a big deal.
Oh, and Harvey, I probably don't need to say this, but you don't play ball, I'll be forced to do something I really don't want to do. Enjoy your beer.
Is that an Easter egg or is that a glitch? That sounds like a glitch because after they found it, it was an Easter egg that was never found. Then how do you know about it? What? Musical Killshot, you say some crazy things sometimes. Did you ever hear about the house endgame that bleeds if you shoot it? It was an Easter egg that was never found. But after it was found... What are you on about, man? They patched it. It sounds like that was a bug that they patched rather than Easter egg. There was an article saying part of the cost was Sledgehammer creating a Vietnam game before it being scrapped and Treyarch taking over. I feel like I'm done talking about the crazy rumors about Black Ops Cold War. Yeah, let's talk about it one more time. So, that rumor came from Jason Schreier saying that he had heard that 2020's Call of Duty game was going to be Sledgehammer, that Sledgehammer were working on a game. And then it had to be changed to Treyarch at the last minute because Sledgehammer's game wasn't working out. And some very stupid people writing about Call of Duty and making videos about Call of Duty, I think misinterpreted that as Sledgehammer were working on what became Black Ops Cold War, and then they had to abandon that because it wasn't working, and Treyarch were trusted more, so they were given it to take over and finish. But they were, they only had a year to make Black Ops Cold War, and they did it. I think that's nonsense, personally. It doesn't make any sense. Because, say if it was true, say if Sledgehammer were working on a game and then it wasn't working and Activision didn't have faith in them but trusted Treyarch more, do you really think what Activision would have done is say to Sledgehammer, this isn't working, so you're going to be off this game. Instead, can you release a game next year? Can you just start again and make a World War II game for next year? Like, that's insane. Like, Sledgehammer couldn't make a game in 3 years, so instead we're going to give them 1 year to make a World War II game. Like, well, 2 years, assuming that Black Ops Cold War was swapped over a year before. That doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't make any sense with the game that we got that was through and through a Treyarch game. It was on the Treyarch engine. Which was a different game. You had to make all the assets completely separately for the Treyarch engine compared to the Infinity Ward engine, which Sledgehammer normally used. So it just doesn't make any sense. What I think really happened, and what Jason Schreier was alluding to, is I think Vanguard was meant to come out after Modern Warfare 2019. I think Vanguard was meant to be 2020. And for whatever reason, it wasn't coming together in the way they wanted it to. And so Activision said to Treyarch, hey, could you move your Black Ops game up a year? Could you release your Black Ops game a year earlier than you were planning on? And we'll get other studios to help you. So, they had, what was it? Was it Raven that did the campaign, or was it Sledgehammer that did the campaign? I know it was not Treyarch who did the campaign. I think Raven worked on it. I don't know. I know Raven did the Black Ops 6 campaign. But anyway, so they had another company come and finish off the campaign. Treyarch worked on the multiplayer and zombies, but we only had 4 zombies maps. And the zombies maps, were kind of having to reuse stuff a bit more than they had done before. And you ended up with a slightly smaller and shorter game than you would have otherwise. But such is life. But yeah. Yeah, it was Raven that did it. Yeah, so I think that's what happened, is that they moved Black Ops Cold War up a year, and they released it a year earlier, and they gave Sledgehammer an extra year to work on Vanguard. I literally think that's all that happened. And so that makes it even kind of, in some ways, even crazier that Black Ops Cold War cost as much as it did. Because you'd think, then it was made in, 2 years, because going from Black Ops 4 to Black Ops Cold War, as opposed to the 3 years that some other Call of Duty games have made. But it wasn't that unusual, because up until then, most Call of Duty games only took 2 years to make. The whole point of adding Sledgehammer into it and giving them their own games from Advanced Warfare onwards was so each studio would have 3 years to make a game. Up until then, it had always been Infinity Ward Treyarch, so it had just jumped for 2 years anyway. I think the reason Black Ops Cold War's budget was so high is because so many studios worked on it. Like, I'm sure I've said it before, and I don't remember what my source on it was, but there were like 14 studios, I think, in the credits of Black Ops Cold War. 14 studios. You know, there's like Infinity Ward. I don't know what they did on it, like how much in like interaction they did on it. But then obviously Treyarch did the multiplayer and zombies. Sledgehammer had worked on something. I think they did some of the multiplayer stuff as well. Beanox and High Moon Studios, I think, had worked on some of the DLC maps. Raven had done the campaign. And then you've got all those other ones like Toys for Bob and Activision Shanghai. Like all of these smaller support studios who had worked on various things. I assume that's why it ended up being so expensive. But I don't know. It's still 700 million is insane. 700 million is like a colossal amount of money. There's also the possibility, which I did talk about briefly in my video yesterday, that possibly it didn't actually cost $700 million to make and that they're exaggerating. And the reason they're saying it costs so much is because it made so much money. Because I know there's been a thing in the entertainment industry before where people involved in the production have been given deals where it's like, hey, once the game has, or the movie or whatever, has recouped its costs, then you'll get a percentage of profits after that. I feel like this was a famous thing about Star Wars, wasn't it? That one of the Star Wars movies, it's like Empire Strikes Back or something, supposedly never made a profit. So some people who worked on it essentially didn't get paid anything or got paid very little, because Lucasfilm would just turn around and be like, oh yeah, it did really well, but look, it cost so much to make. It was so expensive to make, we never actually made a profit. And it means that the producers can keep a lot of the money and the studio can keep a lot of money and not pay people as much. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was what was really going on, that Black Ops Cold War didn't really cost $700 million to make, but they can just say that it did, because then maybe some people, who are meant to get some sort of royalties from it, whether that's, musicians who worked on the music for it, or artists who worked on it, or some of the studios that like chipped in and helped a bit, whether then they can say, oh, we said that we'd just pay you royalties based on the profit after we've recouped our losses, and sorry, it cost $700 million to make, so we didn't make as much money as we thought we would. I would imagine there's a lot of that going on, probably. Obviously I don't know, I'm speculating. But the whole story about, Sledgehammer, there's a little plane flying by. Oh, that's unusual. The story about Black Ops Cold War being originally a Sledgehammer game just doesn't make any sense. It's another one of those things where it's because people act as if, like, Charlie Intel and stuff are like journalists, when they're not. And they just repeat crap that is based on a lack of understanding. Did Microsoft buy Activision after Cold War was released? Microsoft only bought Activision last year. It was 2023 that they bought them. Even the deal didn't even go through, I don't think, until 2022. But then, it did, the actual final purchase, I don't think, was until the beginning of 2023. But yeah, it was nonsense, basically. Oh, weird, Class Robbie. I know I talked to somebody at Raven during the Black Ops Cold War year, and I've told this story before on the stream, but they were complaining about how they were actually they were bragging about something. They were bragging about how cool they'd made. There was that skin of, I don't know if it was Weaver or Adder. There was someone where skin came out and it had like purple glowing crystals on them. And they were the person who had made that skin for Warzone. And they were like bragging about how much of a good job they think they'd done. Because basically Treyarch would make these skins and models and stuff for the guns and the characters. And then people at Raven would have to like redo them but in the Infinity Ward engine, because that's what Warzone ran on. So all of the stuff that was released for during the Black Ops Cold War year had to be made twice. Like, literally, they couldn't just, like, you know, export the files and import them into the other engine. They literally had to be made twice. So all of the weapon effects, all of the kind of particle effects, all of the stuff. So having a character that suddenly had big glowing purple crystals on them suddenly was actually quite a problem, because that just what they didn't have the sort of tech for big glowing crystals in the Infinity Ward engine, so they had to kind of fudge it. But yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. That was kind of an interesting story. That, like, yeah, all of the models had to be made twice. Those engines, the Treyarch engine and the Infinity Ward engine, were way more different than I thought they were. They were really different. That's why it was a big deal that now everything uses that Modern Warfare 2019 engine. Like, Black Ops 6 still uses it doesn't use the Treyarch engine anymore, which is interesting. Yeah, it changes the way you think about some stuff. Like, I think two big mistakes that a lot of the Call of Duty community make, particularly the content creator community, especially the idiots amongst them, because it's just that they've never bothered to think about it, or they've never bothered to actually look it up, is one, I think there's an assumption that the studios work more closely together than they actually do. Like, a lot of the studios are actually in different time zones. Like, Raven are in a different time zone to Infinity Ward and Treyarch, and Sledgehammer are in another time zone as well, I'm pretty sure. And so I don't think the studios actually work that closely together. So when you see things like Urzikstan being reset with the Black Ops 6 integration, I don't think there was all that much, like, during the process, during the development of Urzikstan, there was all that much communication between the teams. I don't think a lot of that stuff was done. So whenever Infinity Ward hand off, like, a Warzone project to Raven kind of often have to start a lot of stuff again, because they're working on a version of Warzone that was handed over to them at the beginning of the year, and then, you know, all the developments that have gone on across the year get forgotten, basically. Like, they've been working on a separate branch. It's like the branch of Urzikstan was made as a map, I think, by Infinity Ward, and then Raven started working on their branch of it, and then Infinity Ward carried on working on their branch of it, and they diverged. And so then when the game comes out that Raven was working on, suddenly it, like, swaps over to their branch, which doesn't have all of the changes that Infinity Ward had made, and vice versa. And that's quite a big problem. And it, you know, goes to show with stuff like DMZ, I think there was an idea in the Call of Duty community that DMZ was like Warzone, or was like multiplayer, where lots of studios have worked on it. But it wasn't. DMZ was just Infinity Ward. So when the Modern Warfare 2 year ended, DMZ ended, because literally I spoke to Ted Timmons, the creative director of Raven, about DMZ, and he was just like, yeah, I don't know anything about it. Like, he had no connection to DMZ at all. Like, DMZ was nothing to do with Raven. And so it's like that's kind of interesting how little the studios communicate on a lot of things. And then the other thing is people overestimate the size of the studios. Like, I know Treyarch in particular are quite a small development studio. They're quite a small development team compared to someone like Rockstar. Like, they are not big. Their offices aren't that big. They don't have that many full-time staff. I think Infinity Ward are a little bit bigger, and Raven are a little bit bigger. But I think, like, Sledgehammer and Treyarch and High Moon and Beanox and stuff like that are surprisingly small studios. The reason, you know, when Call of Duty has massive credits is more because so many studios work on the games and they use a lot of contractors. I don't think the actual studios are that big. So, you know, when people are like, oh, why can't they fix this? You know, why aren't they working over Christmas? Or why haven't they fixed this already? It's because there's just not that many people who can do it. And, like, when you get something like, you know, the DMZ missions, I know for most of the DMZ missions, there were 2 people who were in charge of the DMZ missions. Like, that was it. There was a team of 2 people making missions for DMZ at Infinity Ward. So when those 2 people, say, for example, leave the company, or they get reassigned to go do something else, then there's nobody doing it. Like, that's when you've got very small teams, that kind of thing happens. And you can imagine that sort of thing has happened a lot, you know, with people in charge of private games, people in charge of Warzone Easter eggs, you know, whoever the person was who was doing like Bunker 11 and stuff like that might have just left the company. And then no one else picks it up because no one else knows what it is. No one's been doing it. I think that sort of thing happens quite a lot. As opposed to somewhere like Ubisoft. I think Ubisoft, the teams are quite big who work at, you know, like Ubisoft. Blame it on Activision for not trying to make these things better for the studios. But then if Activision started interfering a lot, people would moan about that too. It's the same thing with Microsoft. You know, people blame Microsoft for a lot of things. And then, you know, and blame them for interfering. And then with Bethesda, people blame Microsoft for not interfering enough on things like, what's called? That red, what was it called? The thing with the vampires. That I didn't hate as much as a lot of people did. But I can't remember what it's called now. The thing with the vampires that Arcane Austin made. I literally went to an event for it, and I don't remember what it's called. That's really bad. Red Blood? No. What the hell was that game called? I've got Red in my head, but I can't think what the hell it's called. Redfall. Thank you, Lipscomb. Yes, Redfall. Yeah. That's weird. I couldn't remember the name of that. I'm getting old. But yeah, anyway, like, then Microsoft, like, people complained that, oh, why didn't Microsoft check up on them? Why didn't Microsoft realize it was going in the wrong direction? Blah, blah, blah. And Phil Spencer's talked about that as, like, a failing of theirs, that they didn't intervene enough. And then, yeah, then people talk about, like, oh, but then it's, like, terrible if Microsoft do intervene and stuff. And it's like, they can't win. They can't possibly win. Raven made a multiplayer map of their office for Soldier of Fortune 2. Probably the map we played most, yeah. Soldier of Fortune was cool. Gory, but cool.
Successful?
Oh, yeah.
We gotta go back to my
Alright,
office.
chill with the caps, musical. You probably think they've probably somewhere caused more pain by making sure a game comes out yearly, which has prevented a true unifying of the studio's engines and tools. It's got to be possible. I don't know if it is that possible, unifying everything, because, like I said, if you've got, you know, potentially up to 14 studios, let's say, but at least 4. There's like 4 main studios that work, arguably 6. Let's say there's 6 studios that work on Call of Duty. Like, that's their main thing. So, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Sledgehammer, Raven, High Moon, and Beanox. Like, that's kind of their thing. You have 6 studios. Beanox are in France. Like, I don't know where High Moon are. But, you've got 6 studios that are in different time zones. And have, you know, completely different, probably like workplace cultures and stuff like that. The idea of trying to force them to all work on the same thing seems like a nightmare. Like, having a real unifying of all of their tools and engines and stuff like that seems like that's probably quite difficult. Like, maybe they can do it. Maybe, you know, that's, I suppose, what Ubisoft kind of did with their engine. It's what EA tried to do with Frostbite, and that's the thing. Like, you look at a company that did do that, where EA made everyone work on Frostbite. You know, they were trying to say, okay, everything that we release has to be working on this. So, you know, The Sims has to work on it. We have to have, you know, obviously Battlefield was what it was designed for. Mass Effect Andromeda had to work on it and stuff like that. And loads of developers left because they were like, oh, we hate this. Like, we hate having to use this thing that was created by somebody else. It's like, I always think whenever you see something in game development that everybody is getting wrong, I always get the impression that then it's probably not the studio's fault and not the publisher's fault, and instead it's just a really hard problem. You know, anti-cheat. No one's managed to stop cheaters on PC. Probably, then it's an unsolvable problem. You know, it's probably or at least an insanely difficult problem. You know, no one's found a good monetization thing. You know, you look at monetization, it's like, oh, Activision are doing scummy things, but then EA are doing scummy things, but then Ubisoft are doing scummy things, but then even Rockstar are doing scummy things. Probably a problem. Probably a problem that's not just them. And it's kind of harsh to criticize them for it a little bit. I think there's quite a lot of issues in game development that are like that, where they're just really difficult problems. And I think, like, for me, the answer, which I've heard shared by a lot of game developers as well, the answer is to make smaller games that are more expensive. So, like, smaller, shorter, less ambitious games. And I think the reason we have a lot of the problems we do is because of that kind of ever increasing appetite for greed on the part of the publishers. You know, they want games to make more. They don't want games to make enough money to keep the company going. They want constant growth, which, you know, is kind of a side effect of capitalism and shareholders and all things like that. And I think consumers need to maybe chill a little bit and not demand more and more content. You know, things like Fortnite have had a really bad effect on gaming in that people think that a game is a failure if it's not constantly releasing more stuff. I think Call of Duty would be a lot better if we just got a game every year and we didn't get an update every month. But, you know, you get people, I'm guilty of it as much as anyone, you get people like me looking at the roadmap for a new Call of Duty update and being like, this is trash. This isn't good enough. And it's like, that's crazy. That, you know, I'm expecting a big, substantial update. I'm going to be annoyed if in Season 2 there isn't a new Zombies map for Call of Duty. And that's unreasonable.
Yeah, huh?
But that's what I've been trained to be like by their previous release schedule. We should be happier with games that are shorter, released less often, and are more expensive. Then if we were okay with all of that, we would get higher quality games and more interesting games. But we're not okay with it, shareholders aren't okay with it.
Millions.
We have created this problem.
Government contracts, license to steal.
Wow. We are in the wrong business.
All that being said, it's insane if Activision did spend $700 million on Black Ops Cold War, because that game was not worth it.
No, we've just taken the wrong contracts.
Like, that's an insane amount of money. The PC anti-cheat problem needs to be solved in the real world through legislation. I don't think it does. I don't think you can. That's like trying to fight the war on drugs. I don't think that could ever happen, Flipper Kitten. I think the anti-cheat problem needs to be solved by changing the way games work. I think they need to change the way games work to make it less appealing to cheat. They need to take the focus away from beating other people. That's it. If you make it so it's less important to beat other people, then you will have less cheaters. If, you know, I don't think there's that many people who are looking for ways to cheat at Train Simulator or ways to cheat at Super Mario Odyssey or Mario Kart even. I bet there's things that exist. I bet there are cheats for things like that. But not only are they less appealing for players, so it's less of a big deal because there's less money into it, but also it affects other players less. You know, if people online cheat at Mario Kart, it's like, don't care so much. It's annoying. I just won't play with those people. I'll find people I do want to play with. But with a game like Call of Duty, where they are saying, hey, the way you should play this game is against 119 strangers, and the only thing that matters is how good you are and how many of them you beat, then you're going to encourage cheaters, aren't you? And, you know, if you have games where it's like, you want to be the best, you want to have a sick kill death, you want to win all of these things, we're going to have a progression system, so you need to win 100 games in a month, otherwise you're going to miss out on this cool thing. You know, hey, there's this cool skin for getting a nuke, so you need to win 5 games of Warzone in a row and then complete this even harder version of the game, otherwise you're never going to be able to get this. That's the thing that makes cheaters. That's the thing that encourages cheaters. That's the thing that we should stop. Instead, we should be like, hey, you know, when you play Warzone, have some fun with your friends. Doesn't really matter if you kill people or not. Doesn't really matter that much if you win or not. But the experience of the game is fun. That's how you stop cheaters. You got banned for using cloud streaming on Apex and they didn't tell you why. Then how do you know that you got banned for using cloud streaming if they didn't tell you why, Musical Killshot? This is like when you were just talking about the Easter egg that was never found and how somebody found it. There is a contradiction in what you're saying. You got banned for using cloud streaming on Apex and they didn't tell you why. How do you know it was for using cloud streaming if they didn't tell you? Armour of Forger is a great example of a game that has nothing but the game. And Armour of Forger, I was listening in Jack Frag's video, he was talking to someone about cheats, and they were saying that, yeah, apparently there are some people cheating in Armour of Forger, but it's not a big deal. Probably because there's not that many people playing it right now, so it's not that worth making cheats for it. And also, because they have server browsers, they can have whitelisted servers. So you could have servers where if someone cheats, you're banned from that server. That makes it easier. I'm not discounting it, Newsfan, but I'm saying you can have games where you make that less important. If you have games where you have whitelisted servers, that's less important. If you have games where other people cheating doesn't affect your gameplay that much, then it's less important. You can't get rid of that. That's the problem. You can't get rid of that problem. So that's kind of what Flipper Kitten was saying about, oh, it needs to be solved in the real world through legislation. You'll still get people who troll and who don't worry about getting caught, or people in countries where that legislation doesn't exist. There's no way to stop it through legislation, I don't think. You have to design the game to think, okay, if there's some asshole who wants to cheat, how can we mitigate that? And at the moment, they've been doing it with trying to catch them. Doesn't work very well. So design the game so it doesn't matter. Yeah. I mean, voting to kick someone obviously has a problem as well. That you can vote to kick someone just because, you know, bullying.
He's already here.
You just checked and the reason was not there. So you don't know that you got banned for cloud streaming. That's what I'm saying, Musical. If they didn't give you a reason, then you don't know the reason. Maybe it wasn't for cloud streaming. Maybe you were cheating. Yeah, although I'm kind of all for that class, Robbie. Again, going back to my analogy that I've used loads of time of, you know, when I used to have a group of friends and we'd play GoldenEye, and then one person got really good at GoldenEye, it made it so it wasn't fun for us to play GoldenEye anymore, so we didn't play GoldenEye with him. If he was like, hey guys, do you want to play GoldenEye? We'd be like, nah. We'd play it without him, but we wouldn't play it if he was there. We'd play something else, because it wasn't fun to play GoldenEye with him. I think it's fine to kick someone for being good. I think that's okay in a community. Punish people for getting too good at a game. It's a game. Being good at it doesn't matter. I'm all for kicking people who get good at a game. You should accept that if you play a game with a group of people and then you purposefully get better at the game so it's not fun for those other people to play with you anymore, that they won't want to play with you. That's just how it should be. If you decide to get good at a game, then the onus should be on you to find other people who are as good as you, who want to play with you. If you can't find people like that, then that's on you. And you can make your own community. You can set up your own community. That's how it used to be back in the day. You would make your own server of people who you liked playing with.
Of course it's Steve.
And then the important thing is to find and make tools that help you to find other people like you.
Or it's Trevor, or it's his family. It's always one of them.
Yeah, that's true. It is always one of them. A fat old fuck with a horrible family and even worse friends. I told you, Franklin, I ain't a good role model.
Yeah, whatever, dawg. It's either this or Dylan Don.
What do you mean, what about
the
exploits?
Bullets come cracking at your ass either
I don't understand.
Yeah, thanks.
We need to find out something about this FIB building, a weakness or a way in. Next time I meet a morally destitute, totally delusional, highly corrupt government agent, I hope he's a nice one.
Man, I'm not going in that motherfucker by myself.
No. Nobody is going in. We need to do some recon. We need a little more information.
Shit.
I need the architectural plans.
In my YouTube comments, what were they looking at? They were looking at me playing, I think I think it was Delta Force. It was back on an old Delta Force video that I did from the alpha. And they said, oh, like, you don't have any recoil, therefore you're cheating. I was like, no, I haven't been accused of being cheated. I haven't been accused of cheating in a long while. They obviously haven't seen much of my gameplay.
Anyways, I'm gonna need paper copies.
It's weird that there's still some people that don't understand that people often put video of them doing good in a game in their videos. They don't put all the times they die horribly.
And then we'll talk.
All right, dog.
On New Year's Eve, me and Jack Frags and Part Welsh and another guy, Johnny, played PUBG. I didn't stream it. I was just playing it for fun with them. And I imagine Jack Frags was probably videoing it like I was videoing it. I think Freeman was probably streaming it. But neither of us released videos from that night. Possibly, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, because we lost every game really terribly. We basically lost every firefight we were in. The entire thing was a very embarrassing situation. We had some fun just chatting and hanging out, but we were very bad at the game, and we didn't release videos of that because it would have been embarrassing. We were very bad. I'm just going to go to Lou. Back in a second. Oh, I thought I had my big headphones on, but I don't. Back in a second. Just going to change my headphones. There we go. That might be a use for the groups in COD or Warzone. Have a group of whitelisted player pools that you can apply to join. Yep.
Try not to hurt yourself. Oh, good, good, good.
Yeah, news van. I've never understood people who in Call of Duty are like, oh, I don't want to have to try hard in the game. Like, if I get put in these games where if I don't try hard, then I'm going to go negative. And it's like, yeah, because you're good at the game. So you're up against other people who play at your level. Why should Call of Duty provide other people to have a miserable experience so you can feel good about all the time you spent in a video game? It doesn't make any sense. People are weird. Just accept if you're not going to try as hard, you're not going to do as well. That's fine. You don't have to do well in a video game. It's fine. It's up to you. You know, people are like, oh, if I play with my friends, like, they're up against people who are too good for them, so I can't play with them anymore. It's like, or when you're playing with them, you could just try less hard. You know, use a gun that you're not used to using. Don't slide cancel around. Don't try and break people's cameras. It's just an incredible lack of self-awareness that people seem to think that the game should provide people for you to kill easily. And it's like, you should be able to make their game... It's like, people seem to have this idea that you should be able to make the game miserable for other people just because you spent a long time learning how to get good at it. That's insane. No one else has an obligation to make you feel good about yourself for being good at a video game. I can't think of anywhere in life where that's expected. If you want casual lobbies, play casually, yeah. 100%. It's just an insanely selfish take. It's utterly bizarre. But, you know, people are idiots. Yeah, it's like, people buy tickets to go see Manchester United, see them score loads of goals. Why are they putting them up against all these teams that make them look bad? They should be up against five-a-side pub teams. Then they'd score like 50 goals in a game. Yeah, Travis, you don't see Formula 1 drivers complaining that they're up against other Formula 1 drivers.
Oh. Hey.
I'm sorry I spiked
Instead, they're
you, okay?
proud of the fact they're up against other
I get so
Formula 1
mad,
drivers.
and I can't control things, and then, you know, shit just falls on top of me. My life sucks right now, and I don't know what to do, except I want to say I love you and hug it out, but all that wimpy shit is just, well, I'd say gay, but I have some friends who are gay, so that's not cool anymore, and the ones that I don't really like, it's not because they're gay, so lame, all right? You are just a lame and angry...
Hey, look at Jimmy being more self-aware than that COD content creator in the Discord.
Psycho sometimes. You do bad shit and things. I don't know if I love you, and I'm pretty sure I hate you a little bit, but I'm just so fucking upset that we can't even see each other. And you're just a drunk, lame dad.
You know what? That might just be the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me.
So will you buy me a car?
What?
I mean, not in this so will you buy me a car kind of way, in a completely off-topic, can you buy me a car? I mean, firstly, I'm a fat shit that you ruined. And secondly, I will get a job, and I will stop smoking pot, in that sort of way, okay?
I love you too, son. Now, go. Get a job, because I don't have the money to buy you a car. Besides which way, I'm probably gonna be dead in a couple weeks anyway.
Please don't die, okay? Yeah, it's great catching up with you too, Dad.
If it's not, it's someone doing a very good impression of him, Philip.
Hey, how's your mother?
Oh, she's
the
great.
only actor I know in this is Stephen Ogg because he does
not.
play.
She's
That's
bored.
I only know him from
I mean,
this
all this
really, and then
mesmerizing
as someone else said
tantric sex
earlier,
she's been having with a much
when he
younger,
turns up in
better
Walking
built,
Dead, he's so
caring,
obviously
compassionate
Stephen
man is
Ogg.
great and all, but what's she gonna do for the other 6 hours of the day?
What the fuck?
I'm just winding you up, you miserable bastard. She's
I
mad
don't know
at
if he
you.
was Travis.
She's scared
I
that
think
you're gonna
other real
die,
people were,
and she
but
wants you to go over there
maybe
and prove
people
that
in
you give a
gaming.
fuck.
All right. I can take a fucking hint. Let's go.
I think by the
Tracy
time
on
by
the way.
2013,
Tracy, on the other hand,
I'm pretty
she's
sure
a
I knew it
star.
wasn't okay to use gay as a pejorative term. You know, I'd been teaching for 5 years by the time this came out.
So, what's been happening?
You know, I don't know, stuff?
No, I don't know.
Well, what's been happening with you?
Thanks. It's been...
It's anyone's guess.
Yeah, I get it.
You were out of the city? There they are, outside. Come on, let's say hi.
Let's walk up and be civil.
Oh, Caffeine, come on. Your colon has been sluggish for weeks.
A little bit less lifestyle. Excuse me, I'm trying to write a screenplay.
Shush,
here.
woman.
Hey, Amanda. Fabian.
Michael?
Hi, Mom.
It's not
Hi,
Jonah
Jimmy.
Hill. It sounds so
It's
much
true.
like him, doesn't it?
Picture of
Who
holistic
is it?
well-being, I don't think.
Does anyone know?
Maybe they shit once a year between them.
Hey, that's my son!
Amanda, come. I have a new unitard on hold. You must pay for it.
Hey,
Hey.
buddy. I'm gonna ask politely that you show my wife a little respect.
Red meat has been blocking your chi as well as your digestive tract.
I ain't even gonna go there. I'm gonna ask you one time, nicely.
Michael, just hit him, please.
Shush, woman!
Anything for you, sweetheart.
What are you doing? I had some really good work there, you dick!
Yeah, for a
There's
game.
a lot more where that
Danny
came from,
Tambrelli,
Holmes.
never heard of him.
Is he alive?
Yeah, he's fine. Listen, Amanda. I've been meaning to say to you, look,
What he's trying to say, Mom, is that he's a pathetic, old, drunken mess, and he needs you. And you could do a lot better than a prima donna yoga instructor with an anal fixation.
Someone
Shut up!
I guess we could try.
All I'm asking for is a shot.
Neutral ground. Dr. Friedlander's office.
It's perfect. All of us. I'll pick up Tracy and bring her there. Meet you?
Fine. All right, you. Come on. Get up, you idiot.
Yoga?
No yoga.
All right. You know where your sister is, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Wait, but what about that sugar, caffeine, and emulsified pig fat flavored beverage I want?
Another time.
Oh.
Come on, I want one too. Later.
I think Tracy's over at the tattoo parlor.
What?
Who
Tracy's getting another tattoo.
sits in the middle of a car and then scooches over on the front seat?
Laszlo, that asshole.
That's
What you
psychopathic
want?
behavior.
It's Tracy that wants something.
I guess
She wants
in
to get back on
automatics
fame or
it's
shame
probably
after you went
easier,
up
but
the
you
cheek
still
on
got
her
the stick
cameos.
like where you choose
maybe
drive
I'll
or
help her
park
out.
or neutral, haven't you?
Maybe we oughta.
Hey, let me
Like
ask
who
you,
does that?
back there with your mom. That went okay, didn't it?
Anything that ends with Fabian's burst eardrum is more than okay with me.
Yeah, I mean with me and your mom.
I think it's an important first step in, like, the direction of okay, if you know what I mean.
God, this looks so
I
much
think
like
they're in
sort
here.
of Hollywood Boulevard. Hollywood Boulevard is awful. It's an awful place. Oh, it is Hollywood Boulevard. I just noticed the stars on the floor. Whoa, Master Chief!
Hip that, says I'm capable of violence, but I'm awesome in the sack.
There's
So
no,
listen,
you don't,
babe,
you can't send
you
links
wanna
on
make it in
YouTube. They don't
Vinewood,
come through
you
to
gotta
anyone
do
else.
whatever it takes, even if whatever it takes is a depressed borderline alcoholic who hosts the third most popular talent show amongst the 40-year-old.
So we're saved from whatever accidental
You'll let
link
me
you
on the
just sent
show
us, Philip.
if I blow you?
Yes, and if you could wear some black lipstick, the little guy loves the goth vibe.
Oh.
Whoa!
Laszlo.
Dude, that was entirely out of context, bro.
Jim, you find the ink slinger, sit on him. Laszlo here's gonna have a little cosmetic work done.
No, please.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Stay put, you lame-ass Mark.
Sure, kid.
What?
You're not gonna get me a Prince Albert.
Oh, of course I'm going to. Oh.
Popping a fucking tent over here, you fucking psycho! You made me a pouty fucking hipster.
Sure it is, Philip. Sure.
Ow!
Oh, that looks pretty. Here, let's get
Yeah.
rid of this.
Just random Master Chief.
My God, Papa Bear, what's Daddy number 2 gonna think about this?
Let's not get him involved.
Let's do. That's a clean needle, right? I don't need more Hep C. Please don't put a gang symbol on me.
Should I draw his 3 pubic hairs?
I feel like he could have written sex offender on there or something rather than
Nice.
that.
You got like a camera phone or a mirror I can...
Oh yeah, I'll get you a mirror. Smash you over the head with it. That's
Fuck
better.
this.
Snip, snip.
Oh, this is a real one-stop shop. What are you doing? Oh, no, that's my signature, my ponytail. Now I gotta get extensions.
No, what you gotta get is my daughter, whatever she wants.
Yeah, without sucking on your piddle stick.
Look, okay, guys, that was a joke. I'm a clown. I'm a sad, lonely little clown.
Hey, you're gonna put her on your show, and you're gonna make sure she looks good.
Look, okay, I got a lot of juice in this town, but I mean, I'm not a miracle.
Just do it.
Yeah.
All right, Trace, let's go.
We're 6
We gotta
likes
get
away
to
from
therapy.
50 likes.
So, I'll like call you or something.
I should start doing members goals. Anyone else want to become a member on YouTube? It's only £5 a month. Supports me, means you get some videos early. Like my video, Confrontation video yesterday. Members got that early.
It's not good, is it?
Who knew you could use a tattoo gun?
It's one of those skills you pick up in prison. You know, inking your name on your cellie's ass.
Ew. Are you serious? Come on. No.
Not quite.
Whoa, look at that Sprite advert.
You've changed.
I did just run someone over with both my kids in the car. That's not ideal. I feel like it would be really unpopular, but I really hope the big like new thing in GTA 6 is the way the game handles violence. I would love it if violence was a bigger deal in the game, so it was like you can't just go around like maiming people and murdering people constantly. Instead it was like, you know, oh, like you beating someone up is a big deal in the game. You know? If it was like, oh, you like maim someone by running them over accidentally on the road, you like now have 5-star wanted level, you know, the police are after you. Because I just ran someone over and it didn't affect the game at all. And, you know, it would mess up your car as well. You know, you hit someone. I got run over once. And admittedly, the guy didn't get a 5-star wanted level, but he did stop and, you know, wait for the police and stuff. And I messed his car up. I wrote his car off. And I was fine. I didn't even break any bones and I still wrote his car off. You hit someone in a car, I feel like you're likely to know about it. But this is fine. I mean, I've got some blood on the car, but that's it. I would just like it if the game took violence more seriously. It's like, it's the big thing in Red Dead Redemption 2 that's kind of silly, is just how many people you kill in that game. You know, the Wild West wasn't actually that murdery.
Kids, let's go inside.
Hey, Thundergun, thank you very much. Been really happy with the response to that video. Lots of nice comments. And it's not doing too badly reviews either. You know, 2,500 views
Michael,
in a day. It's pretty good.
Isn't this great?
For some reason, I lost like 9 subscribers the other day. I don't know what I said. But that's starting to gain me back those subscribers, which is
Give it
lovely.
up, Michael.
I think
The
I am now...
It's one of the reasons I
Like,
moved out.
I need
It's
one more
beneath
subscriber and
you.
then I'll be back to where I was.
Trust me, nothing's beneath me.
No, normally there's a whore beneath you.
Yeah, news fan.
You know, for someone who spends every waking moment.
But that's what it should do.
Working on themselves.
That's another thing I hate in gaming. I haven't talked about this as much. I've talked about it a bit probably, but I hate people being like, oh, they can't do that because that's not what GTA is, as if they know what GTA is better than the people who are making GTA. People would be like, oh, well, since Dan Houser left, obviously these people have twisted what GTA
How
is.
would you know what progress is
When
like?
people are like, oh, no, that's not what Warzone is, you know, when they reduced the play count Warzone, it's like, it's not Warzone more. When they made the 2v2 Gulag, and they were like, oh, it's ruining what made Warzone Warzone.
Murdering people? Michael, could you please stop endangering me and the both
I hate
of your
that. I hate that
children?
vibe.
You kill people and then you sit in the sun
It's
and
not-
drink and feel guilty about it. That is not work.
I don't see you complaining on the way to the fucking bank.
That's good fun again. Mad Jock, thank you very much for the $5. That's my first super chat of the day. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
We're trailer trash, you and me.
Can we get some hype in chat for Mad Jock? I really do appreciate the support. Means a lot.
You have no center.
I have made on YouTube this month £600, which is slightly worrying. I don't think that's counting super chats. I hope it's not counting super chats.
Before that ever happened.
But that's yeah. My paycheck and on Twitch, I think I'm down to 50 subscribers. 56 subscribers.
How could I not be?
I should have had you locked
I
up
very
years
much
ago,
appreciate the super chats.
stupid Shit.
Do it. I'll put you in the fucking ground with the rest of them.
And that's really
Probably not
all
clever
the
for me to
time
spend all this
we
money on a new
have.
graphics card, but
Great.
I think we made some real progress there.
it's weird, Travis. When I was a kid and my parents would yell at each other, which wasn't that often, to be fair. I'm
I
quite
hope
lucky.
This goes without saying, but family.
We
work
didn't
is a
have
little more
phones
expensive.
back then.
What? Double?
Squared.
Don't know what we did instead.
Of course.
Played on the Super Nintendo, I
Take care
guess.
now.
So you're gonna come home with me or what?
Kids' childhoods must be so different nowadays now they've got phones.
Guess we'll give
There was
it a
so
try.
much that we did as kids because we were bored. Like, but now you don't ever need to be bored. You know, both good and bad. You know, I probably learnt guitar and hung out with friends and went outside a lot and did things, you know, that were basically exercise because I was
There was a
bored.
moment there.
But then I also did bad things because I was bored. I was also, you know, misbehaved because I was bored. So
You know, like maybe we need more time.
probably swings and roundabouts.
Time to move
I feel like a lot of kids now just won't do anything because like they don't need to and just sit on their phone watching mindless reels.
Warm, fuzzy feeling.
Probably just the meds you rated.
I think overall it's probably bad.
Cathartic.
But you know, apparently kids drink less and they smoke less and they're having underage sex less and stuff like that. So that's good.
I'm saying you're right.
It's just a shame that they probably also learn less skills and, you know, create less and...
For real, peeps.
Because I started to understand something in there. No one else
Well, I suppose they
gets
probably
this
create
family.
videos and
Not
stuff like that.
Dr.
But they just,
Friedlander
you know,
or
they're
my
less
yoga
likely
teacher
to
or our tennis coach.
work on art or
Oh, hey.
learning musical instruments or whatever, reading.
Guy,
Or dad's proctologist.
or the guy that thinks he's Jesus on Vespucci Beach.
It was weird. I feel like I was part of the first generation where that started because we used to watch a lot of mindless TV. You know, the generations... I remember when Channel 5 started. Before that, most people, I would say, only had 4 TV channels, and most of the time there'd be nothing on. So it's like you couldn't just waste all your time watching TV. Videos were kind of expensive and a bit of a pain, so you couldn't like spend ages watching movies or anything. We didn't have phones. We didn't have the internet. You know, even when the internet was about, we didn't have it on our phones. So it was like you had to do other stuff. Like you had to do stuff, you know, whether that was reading, whether that was learning a musical instrument, whether that was, you know, socializing with people. Like that was just how you passed the time. You know, learning skills and stuff like that. Like when I was a kid, when we got Sky TV, that was like, I suppose, looking back on it, I didn't think of it, but I can see why parents were worried about stuff like that. That suddenly, you know, there was 24 hours a day, there would be something that I'd be interested in watching, and I could just sit in front of the TV for hours and like rot my brain. You know, and obviously I did that a bit with video games too. But, like, the generation before that just didn't have that. Like, they had to be going and doing stuff. And, you know, there's obviously downsides. Like, they didn't get to learn as much as we did. It wasn't as easy for them to find out about other people in other parts of the world. They would instead, all their time would be spent with people who were quite similar to them, who lived in their local area. But there's definitely, you know, a lack of socializing and self-improvement because now you're just not bored. Yeah, Thundergun. That I saw that on Big Fat Quiz of the Year. I saw they used that clip again where it's like, oh, I had to do without things. It's like, I didn't have Sky TV. Famous. He's like, famously, I didn't have Sky TV. It's like, now it's famous that you don't have Sky TV. And I don't believe them. I bet they did have Sky TV. You mostly use the phone as a phone. I use my phone. I waste time on my phone. I browse Instagram Reels a lot. I browse Reddit a lot. I've stopped using Twitter, which is nice. I don't browse Twitter anymore. But I do browse Reddit and Instagram too much, which is a shame. The Instagram one's really bad because that is just brain rot. Like, there's nothing. I saw someone said something interesting that I saw last month where they said, think back, like, could you name or describe the top 10 most memorable Instagram Reels or TikTok Reels or YouTube Shorts or whatever that you've seen? And it's like, I'd have a hard time remembering 10. Especially 10 that I thought had any value. And I've probably spent hundreds of hours scrolling through Instagram Reels. Like, that's a worry, isn't it? Like, you know, that sort of like shows it as a entertainment medium as being worse than book. You know, I wouldn't have a hard time naming 10 all-time great TV shows or movies or books or video games, but 10 reels, I'd struggle. That's worrying. I do think about like how you spend time a lot. Like it's difficult. It's like I always think in my head, when I'm thinking rationally, I'm always like, oh, now I work from home. You know, when I have lunch, I often take, like, I probably spend about an hour for lunch not working. And I'm thinking, like, reasonably, I could go do some exercise. I could go for a run in that. You know, it doesn't take me an hour to eat. You know, it probably takes me 20 minutes to eat. Then I could go for a run. I could... you know, tidy up the house. I could hoover maybe. I could do a bit of gardening. I could fix a couple of bits that need fixing. I could learn a bit more Blender. You know, I could learn a bit more website coding. All of these different things that I could do. And I don't. You know, I sit there watching some stupid Linus Tech Tips YouTube video, or Mr. Who's the Boss or something, or I... you know, go on my phone and just browse Reddit or Instagram. Or have a nap. And it's like, that isn't good. That isn't a good use of my time. Shouldn't be saying this to people that I want to carry on watching me stream. Yeah, watching streamers though, that's a great use of your time. You're basically socializing. What you should do is watch streamers and content creators and then give them some of your money in exchange for the wonderful entertainment they're providing. That's a really good idea.
Hey, is he coming to the next therapy session?
See about
Kids, rooms. If you find dead bodies,
you can figure your top vines. Vines were new, I guess. Napping is great. I love napping. I feel bad whenever I've done it, but I do love it. Oh yeah, MTV was sick. To be fair, Sky and that MTV, I feel like MTV2 cultured me quite a lot. I don't know if that's a phrase, but you know what I mean. Like, MTV2 broadened my horizons a lot. I found out about so many bands from MTV2 and so many different types of music, and then ended up going to like music festivals and loads of gigs and made friends, I would argue, partly because... Oh god.
Again.
Partly because of MTV2. This is a worry, isn't it? Oh, they're all lost in the dams. It's not great. Right, where the hell am I? Oh, I'm on an island. Okay. Where have I got to go to? I don't actually have a mission. Do I not have any proper missions? I have to wait for a phone call, probably. Where did I just pull that out of? Oh, that's gone up now. Once that balances off, then I'll sell it. I mean, Trevor's only gained 34,000, which isn't great, but still. Am I on an island? No, this isn't an island, is it? What is up here? That rock's floating. I don't think it's loaded that bit of the island yet. No, that rock is just floating. Why is that? Oh, it's a bit of a tree. It's not a rock. I can hear a plane, but I can't see it. Oh, it is an island. Weird. I didn't know there was a big island on this. I must have seen it before, because I've played through this campaign before, but I had no idea. My boat is slowly sailing away, so I'm going to go run and catch it. I don't know where I'm going to be going. I guess I'll just go... find a car somewhere. Oh, there we go.
Patricia! Mrs. Madrazo!
Trevor, oh, I miss you. All you boys.
Miss you too. I can't speak for the other boys.
You're such good friends.
It's a bit more complicated than that. Actually, Michael and I, not speaking.
Old friendships cannot be replaced.
Hey, how are you? Is Martin looking after you?
He's here. I've got to go.
What am I meant to be doing? I've got a Leicester mission, but that's an assassination mission. There must be another mission. Maybe let's go find Trevor some clothes. Any cars there? No. Go around to the port. It's kind of nice that the game just encourages you to have these like little quiet moments sometimes. A little bit of reflection, a little bit pensive. Someone playing with a dog over there. Are you going for a jog? Oh, motorbikes. Nice. Is this one of those motorbike races? Hello.
How bloody lucky am I to live in this city? The girls are up for it, and there is loads of money.
Like I care.
It's a weird English guy. They don't seem to mind. I just stole their motorbike, so that's good. Hey, Adam! Thank you very much for the 20 quid. Well, you better do what he says and don't forget to like the stream. Thank you very much, Adam. That's very kind of you. And you have supported me so much. I was about to say this year. I mean, you have this year, but also last year. Thank you so much, Adam. Trevor's internal monologue. I'd like to think that Trevor sees himself as actually being quite cultured and stuff. I like that bit where Franklin's saying... Oh, no, Michael's saying that he's a hipster. Because it's quite true that Trevor does seem like he tries to be kooky and weird. I know some people like that who, like... Oh! I looked at Cribby's message and think, thank you for the hype. We get more hype in the chat when we get an amazing super chat like that. It would be awesome. Yeah, I know some people like that, where it's like it's very clear that they have an idea of who they think they are, and they try really hard to be that, and it's like, it's not coming naturally to you. We need to find a clothes shop. I'm just going to drive around until I find one. I very much appreciate it. If Trevor ran out of the sea and your underpants stole your bike, you wouldn't say anything either. That's true. There we go. There's some hype. Hype over in the Twitch chat from Cobb. Oh, that's a strip club. Where's the clothing shop? There's a clothing shop there. Hype, 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 hype. Let's go to Binko.
Lucky miss!
Oh, the blood smear that he left with his face. Oh, that's disgusting. That was a lot. Hype, 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 hype.
Every day is a blessing.
Whatever.
Okay. I mean, whatever, right?
See, I love that they actually react to the fact that I just walked in basically naked.
Who?
Oh yeah, that's a nice suit.
Oh, I wish there was more time in the day.
Whatever.
Why you bumping
Although
into me?
bowling shirts. Bowling shirt seems quite appropriate. Oh, this has changed my whole style now. Got a bowling shirt. Have I solved all the world's problems? I think so. Almost seems appropriate to get him like a red cap.
Shout if you need me.
For no particular reason. And some shorts maybe? That'll do. That's quite a nice outfit. Conor McGregor, does he wear suits? There we go.
Sábado o domingo. No puedo los dos.
Return as Franklin started streaming a beach. Only Michael can buy the cinema. Oh, it's quite nice that Michael can buy a cinema. Right.
Hey, Mike. It's Franklin, man. I'm following the architect.
All right, don't fuck it up.
All right.
Oh, so this is what I meant to do for the mission.
Hey, stupid! You can't be on here without a hat!
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Oh, catching that.
Site
Sick.
inspection. Architect on
Wilco, thank you very much for doing that, for using your Prime. Thank you very much, Wilco. If anyone else hasn't used their Prime sub yet, or they just want to sub on Twitch, please do. Appreciate it a lot. You get to use a lot of cool emotes that Cobb has been showing off.
Anything we need to be worried about? The only thing we're worried about is you changing the plans again. There's always scope for improvement. Always is.
Those idiots drilled the new caissons on the west side. You're kidding me. The bedrock
Exactly,
ends there.
Cobb.
We need caissons on the east side.
No
How's it
drama.
going, man?
It's a government contract. We'll be paid until completion.
I ain't taking a fall for this screw up.
It's a government contract. No one's taking a fall. Except the government.
These lifts are incredibly fast. Surely that acceleration would be a problem, wouldn't it? Boop. I didn't lose the architect. I walked in and pressed the thing. That's ridiculous. San Soto Plays, thank you very much for using your Prime sub on me. Thank you very much, ma'am. That's very kind of you. Well, that'd be kind of cool, Kribby. I saw a thing that someone was saying about how in the old Grand Theft Auto games, they used to block you off as to which islands you could visit in a story, and someone noticed in the trailer the female main character has a ankle bracelet on, and they were like, oh, they could use that to restrict you to like one area. It's quite a cool idea. And the fact that there's two protagonists, maybe like the other one, like you can't play as them straight away. They're saying maybe it'll be something like, you know, the heist that you see in the trailer. Maybe that's the prologue, and then they like go to prison or something. And the other guy is like still in prison for a while. That'd be kind of cool.
It's a government contract. We'll be paid until completion. I ain't taking a fall for this screw up.
Have they? I don't think they've said anything about the map, have they yet? Like, are we gonna have? Are we gonna have like? Like multiple cities, or is it just gonna be like this and like a city and then a sort of outside area?
The great RT.
Study him and study him hard.
I was gonna wipe my ass on him.
That's the engineer's plans. Mine you treat like a religious text, remember?
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, stop! Man, running from me is a bad idea.
Bye, guys. Why is there an ambulance en route? I'm just running away from everybody. Wanna get to my car. I don't need to kill any of these people, but there's police coming as well. People are probably about to die. Sorry about that in advance. Woohoo! Oh, bloody police just standing on the street. Come on. There we go. Just do a nice little handbrake turn around that. That was pretty cool. Pretty sweet. I feel like there's less buses in this game than there are in real life. I feel like in real life there's quite a lot of buses. Might have just killed that guy, I don't know. I'm not going to look behind me. There's no blood on the car, but I definitely hit something. This is a masterclass of driving, really. Other than that bit time when I hit that guy. Everything other than that, just beautiful.
It's cracking.
Hey, you got him?
Of course I do, homie. Here.
Thank you.
So, all good?
Sure, homie. So is this
Yeah.
shit for real?
It's on Game Pass
Just
too,
gonna rob
Fogger.
the FIB and be allowed to walk by your boys like that?
No,
Yeah, I don't
not that one,
know.
Sam.
Probably not. All right, Lester, what do you got?
I don't quite know yet. Give me a minute. I'm not a fucking computer. Oh, maybe I am. Here's what I think. We have two options. The new security software goes into containment mode in case of emergency, you know, earthquakes, mudslides, acts of God. So,
God, have you seen the fires in LA at the
firebombs.
moment? That's
They go
crazy.
bang! The emergency call goes out. We hijack
Like
it,
2,000
show
acres
up
or
as
something was on
firemen,
fire this morning.
and then we grab the containment drive. Or we could hack the system on site. We'll go in by air. Hope we don't run into too much physical resistance.
Sounds relaxing. Either bombing an office ran by a division of corrupt government psychos or defeating one of the world's most complex security systems using our worthless-ass ninja skills, huh?
Yeah. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
If you favor the firebomb containment drive option, you'll go in with that janitor's ID you picked up. It'll be at night when most of the workers are off. You mop the place and plant the bombs where we need them.
Seriously? I got a mop?
Yeah, you really do. They'll clock you on the cameras if you're play acting. You also need a fire truck to show up in when the bombs go off, and a getaway car stashed in a quiet place near the bureau so you can torch the truck and then get out. The car doesn't have to be anything special. There shouldn't be any heat.
Well, what about the other way, with the ninja skills?
Now you choose that route, you won't be using the janitor's gear, but we had to cover all the bases. Your FIB paymasters will have to provide you with a chopper and a pilot. Now you fly way up above the building, parachute in, and gain access
sounds
to the
cooler.
roof here. Now you'll need to be armed to the teeth. Now Haynes has given us the leftover money from the Polito. Of course. Now you'll need a hacker, a gunman, and a driver. The hacker won't come in with you, but they'll help you break the system, talking you through the...
Yeah, I think
They
get a
did
good
at
hacker.
Evangelico, remember?
I don't know how long it'll take you to get into the network. The gunman's there to buy you the time you need. Gus Moda. He's a pro. Not much else to say.
But I'm
the
putting
driver
good
will be
people.
waiting outside on getaway. They'll source a vehicle, so bear that in mind.
Yeah,
Kareem.
bad vehicle choice.
I know Frank didn't dig his driving after the jewelers, but he's probably learned something. And his rate's still the same.
This is a protected federal building. Are you absolutely sure this is how you want to take it?
Yeah.
And we have a winner. I'll make the arrangements and call you when we're
Bum,
ready.
bum, bum, bum,
Alright,
bum,
shit,
bum,
hit-
bum, 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 bum,
You know,
bum, bum, bum,
I'm still
bum,
looking
bum,
into that
bum,
Union
bum, bum,
Depository gig.
Ba-da-boo.
Real interesting. But I don't know if we can do it without you-know-who.
Well, as long as he can't do it without us.
Ba-da. When's the new Mission Impossible film coming out? Is that like the end of the year? Summer probably is. Guess summer blockbuster. Where's Franklin's car gone? Yes. What have we got to do with Solomon now? Mission Impossible 1 or 3 options. Don't remember much about Mission Impossible 3. Oh, it's nearly leveled off. Apparently it stays leveled off for a couple of days, so as long as I keep checking, I should be able to see.
Hey, Sugar Plum.
Daddy, I'm in trouble.
What is it? Money? Drugs? Your mother?
There's this guy. He's been following me around. I think he's about to do something.
Where are you?
Vinewood Plaza.
Okay, wait there.
He's been bothering me in my car, so let's just drive around and you can talk to him when he shows.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk.
Oh.
Daddy, come on, get in the car. Let's go.
Let's see if we can find him.
We should try over at Hawaiian Snow for him. We're looking for a guy in a purple convertible. I don't remember what make.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out.
Thanks, Daddy.
Hey, what are dads for, huh? I mean, other than... Is he here?
No, he's not around. We should try that motel opposite the big construction site.
Where'd you meet this guy?
At a signing?
What are you signing? A pot petition? You better not be taking out credit like your brother.
No, sorry. I can't come out.
You see him?
I don't think so. Maybe we should look over at Cluck and Bell, Rockford Plaza. I was signing autographs at the expo.
People want to meet you after that video on Fame or Shame?
Yeah, the videos.
We found this prick?
Not yet. Okay, how about going around the corner and back up the hill past Crockahoo?
My baby girl's a celebrity with her very own stalker.
You finally made it, Dad. You raise your kids in Rockford Hills. Ah! Purple car, that's him! Fuck, he's on you! Let's go! He's out of the car!
I get it. I'm going. I'll never come back. I'm an addict. I need help. I'm the victim.
Excuse me. Wow. Oh! He's running! Isn't this great?
Watch it!
Sorry.
Hater.
Run, you little bastard! All the way out of town! I'll leave the state! I promise! I'm going to Thailand! I mean rehab! Leave me alone!
Oh. I made him bleed a surprising amount doing that.
Don't believe That's great. Good for you.
You think you'll do?
Oh, sorry.
God, you killed him! You killed him! You just killed him!
Did
can't
I?
believe it!
Did I? I thought I just beat him up a bit. I was specifically trying not to kill
I
him.
can't believe you did that!
What? We had to be sure.
I just wanted you to speak to him!
This was infinitely more persuasive.
I never should have called you.
Look, there's a lot of sickos out there. I couldn't take the chance.
I know there are sickos out there. My dad is one of them.
Now grow up, baby. It's time you got serious with your life. Yeah, I ain't perfect, but I love you.
I guess. He really scared me, but I didn't... What?
Well, then pretend it never happened. Like I try not to think about exactly what aspect of your creative expression enamored him so much.
Thanks, Daddy. Bye.
I'm glad I could use my
She's fine
paternal
now.
rage productively for once.
This car is very easy to spin around in a good way.
What is this shit?
Ooh. Alright, maybe we'll save the big heist for the next stream, actually. It's been 3.5 hours. That seems like a good amount of time. I did actually mute myself that time. That wasn't it crashing. Right, anyway. I'm going to head off. I will be back on tomorrow morning for a slightly shorter stream tomorrow, but I will be about. Thank you so much to all the people who super chatted and stuff like that. I'm going to go have some lunch, make a video, have a fun video coming out tomorrow. It's going to be good. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.